All right, it is a solid line there. It's quite big, so that should be easy to find.
Yep.
Yippee. But all right, let's do this. How do you intro a podcast?
Don't ask me. How should I know?
You're a resident expert on everything.
Huh?
You should know things. Yeah, that's why. Listen,
Hello,
when
everybody, and
Black
welcome
Rock-
to the trial run of the Schlockcast Vtuber movie podcast discussion time. I am Professor Bloom, and I am joined here by Arthur Abbott and Takamura Takako. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
None of us know how to intro a podcast, so somebody's got to do it. I certainly don't
Honestly,
either.
They just pulled me in off the street.
You came up
I
with
don't know
this.
where I am.
It was your idea. What are you saying?
That's a likely story. That's, I feel really confronted right now.
Good.
And I feel like, maybe we could take this, we could take the heat of this down. We could turn down the nozzle a little bit. We could just, can we all just, you guys ever listen to Bono?
Unwillingly, when Apple, forced
against
you
my
two
will.
onto everybody's iTunes.
It's real sad, I think, to be a worldwide recognized musical artist and have your legacy be reduced to Apple forcing you down
To
people's
that.
throats. That's pretty bleak.
It's not even fair to say I quite like you two, but that's not the point.
What? So, do you think there is a band that could have happened, and that the majority of people would have not had a negative knee-jerk
The Killers.
reaction to it? Like,
No.
what? You think the
I
Killers?
think everybody likes
No.
the Killers.
Hot Fuss is maybe the best first album a band has ever had, but
I think everyone likes the Killers.
It's up there with Blue Album.
No one.
I think.
Okay, I'll rephrase it. No one hates the Killers.
I'm sure someone hates the Killers.
I don't want to meet them. They sound like a jerk.
Speaking of movies, how about Eric Roberts being in the music video for Mr. Brightside?
Yeah, what do we do here? What do we do? What's this podcast about? What do we do here?
What's this show about? Well, okay, let me. I did in fact. Listen, I'm trying to obfuscate. I did in fact come up with this idea. The general premise, the general idea I had was, what if three cinephile weirdos just like sat down and like talked about movies?
No one's ever done this
idea.
before.
It's never been done. No one's ever done this before.
We broke new ground! Completely original on my part, by the way.
So Arthur
we're
dragged us
such
into a
hack
group
frauds.
chat and he said, "Hey, you guys want to do a podcast where we watch shitty movies?" I said, "Yeah." Bloom said, "Yeah."
Because that's
Right.
This is the weird thing about cinephiles. The weird thing about people who get really into film is that we always end up enjoying trash. I don't know what it is. Like there always comes a time when it's just like you've seen it all. You've watched all the critically acclaimed hits, and you just want to eat sewer garbage. You just want
to listen. How do I phrase this in a way that makes sense? It's
Sometimes-
it's the gap moe. It's about contrast. If you
Sometimes
some
bad
garbage
movies
is
are
okay.
better than good movies.
It's true. I think people get on my ass
is.
for giving School Days a 10. You ever watch that in a group where everyone's had a little
Not in a group, no.
to drink? Because it's a 10 out of 10 experience.
You know what's incredible? I still haven't. School Days and its plot are permanently seared into my mind as someone who grew up in that era of the internet. I have not seen a single full episode.
We won't talk too much
Ever.
about anime probably on this, but I will say that even if you know the ending, the escalation of it still makes it worth watching. It really is a show where like every single character makes every wrong choice at every decision point. And I think that makes it really entertaining.
What's incredible about it, right, is that the source material, the visual novel, is extremely similar, right? Where like almost every, because like there were theorems that like I remember hearing it tossed around that the show was supposed to be like showing the bad end was supposed to be a message about people's like how people handle visual novels and the choices in it.
I don't.
But then, like the actual visual novel,
a Western anime fan made up. You
think so?
Because there's several bad ends. You can fuck around if you want.
Aren't there? But there's the majority of ends in it.
No,
bad ends?
there's plenty of like
in the
just normal
game?
fine ones if you act like a decent person.
Oh,
well, that's why
it was
no
such
one's
a big
seen
deal
them.
when the anime decided to go with a bad
to
end.
not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like just every compilation of endings I ever saw for School Days was, here's the scene where someone crashes into ice and their head smashes open and blows into a million bits. Here's the scene where they stab someone first and then their head crashes open and smashes into a million
That's
bits.
what people want to look up.
Clickbait works.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's true.
I mean, there are.
true.
I know you said probably won't talk about anime too much. There are anime films that absolutely qualify as just schlock garbage.
Oh,
Don't
yes.
talk
And
about
I
Golden
want
Boy
it-
that way.
I love
I love
Golden Boy.
I do too.
no,
man.
that's not schlock.
I know.
Now-
know.
But that brings us to a good question. What is schlock? You know, we use this kind of... Well, now you just hear people call things slop, boring, uninspired. Not the best term.
No.
Schlock, however, there's a lot of affection behind calling something schlocky or describing a movie as, you know, genre schlock trash. I think, personally, I would define schlock as something that is either deliberately or accidentally of low merit. Like, it is not aspirational. It is not trying to be decent. It is squarely aimed at the lowest common denominator, and as a result, often ends up being way more interesting.
So how would you differentiate schlock from exploitation stuff then? What's the difference there?
Big overlap, but exploitation, I would say, is specifically designed to transgress.
Okay.
You know, to be shocking and, I mean, exploitative. It's in the name.
Sure, right.
You know, whether that's somebody's fears or like a latent moral panic that's brewing, you know, or just to say, like, let's make the most violent movie anybody's ever seen. You know, think of like, you know, Herschel Gordon Lewis saying, like, I'm going to make a movie called Blood Feast. I bet you can't guess what that's about. You know, and it's 1963 and there's body parts and blood flying all over the screen. That's, you know, both exploitation and schlock.
Sure.
There's no artistic merit
Can
there.
you give me an
pretty
example
fun.
of something that is schlock but not exploitation?
Ooh.
Because
That's a
I
good
know
question.
the Venn diagram circles eclipse, but they're not a
Right.
circle.
I'm trying to think. Probably something that's just not that
Not
shocking.
that violent or sexual, I guess.
Right. Or it could still be violent and sexual, but not in like an extreme or
Sure.
transgressive way.
Yeah, it's not trying to intentionally shock you. Like there was an intent and a vision behind it, right? But the intent and vision is more simplistic, I would say, no, rather than I just want to see some fucked up shit. I just want this to be a ghoulish mess.
Right. Great example. Lots of, you know, cheap, low budget sword and sandal fantasy movies in the 80s. You know, after
Okay.
Conan was successful, there were a billion of those. They're schlock. They're not really exploitation. You know, they might have a bunch of nudity and gratuitous violence, but not in an unfamiliar way.
Not in a Verhoeven flesh and blood type.
Right. Or not in a, well, I've never seen that before. You know, originality, I think.
you
Schlock is
call-
almost inherently derivative. It's comfy.
Would you call bad 90s PSA's schlock.
No, I feel like that's its own entire category of
It's its own genre.
of creation. Right. It's like edutainment, where
Yeah.
it's explicitly meant to moralize and ends up being really funny by accident.
Okay.
Yeah, educational cringe,
Ooh, I like
as
that
it were.
term. Now, how would either of you define schlock if you have or what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of, oh, that movie is absolute schlock?
I feel like if I listed off a few movies that would define it for me, I would be giving you my first 5 suggestions for movies we should cover. So I almost don't want to. But I don't know. What about you, Arthur?
So schlock to me is something that I can give. I have kind of an interesting perspective on it. It's something that entertains me while still objectively being just dog ass. Like, it's just garbage. Like, yeah, I know that this doesn't have artistic merit. I know that this is not, like, there's a lot of unintentionality to the enjoyment of this. But regardless, I can still give it a high. When I sit and stew on that score for a few days, and I go on to my letterbox and I go to write my review, I can still give that bitch a 3-star. That's that, even though objectively this is like a 1-star movie. That is schlock to me. That is schlock when regardless of quality, regardless of intent, regardless of artistic merit, I'm still having an incredible time with
Sure,
it.
that makes sense.
That's how I feel a lot about trauma films, which I love. They are, in Lloyd Kaufman's own words, who is, founder of Trauma Studios, they are Z-grade movies. Like, these aren't B films. They are all the way to Z. They are pure trash by design, which is why they end up being so fun. And I think a good ingredient here is sincerity. And this kind of crosses over into so bad it's good territory, which is like exploitation, aligned with but not exclusively the same as schlock.
Sure.
Where for a bad movie to be funny and good and enjoyable to watch,
They have to mean it.
they have to have tried.
Right.
Yeah.
The people making it had to have given it their all and just failed.
Yeah, see, that's why I think that,
or
like,
craft.
example, the Asylum movies are not. I would not quantify any Asylum movies as schlock,
Right.
because they're not entertaining. Like, they are garbage. They're absolute gutter trash. But there's nothing that is fun about Asylum movie. They have failed in a very unique way, where it's just boringly bad.
That's where the term slop comes in.
Yes,
Because it is just, it's the lunch lady doling out this gray blob of movie.
It's
You know,
funny
like,
you
here
say
it
that,
is.
because I was thinking about I like a good bad movie. I like a good horror movie. And you would think with the catalog that Amazon Prime Video has that I would never run out. And truly I haven't, so I shouldn't be saying that. But there is such a wide breadth of garbage on Amazon Prime Video. If you want to watch like a shitty shark movie, there's like 100. But I don't, because I've seen
so
some
many shark movies.
and they're not funny.
No.
It's surprising, because you would think by default a guy poorly rendering a CGI shark eating a girl who can't act would be funny, but it isn't. It takes a special person to make it funny.
Are we in Donald Farmer territory already?
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Oh, boy. A very special person.
We're not going there. Yeah, there's a million shark movies, and they all have something to do with curing cancer. That is no, I'm serious. That's a shockingly prevalent through line to them.
We should do Shark Week at some point. We should do a Shark Week event.
We will do Shark
Look,
Week
the
on Shark Week.
only
We absolutely have to.
Good Jaws ripoff is Piranha.
No, the only good Jaws ripoff is Jaws 2. No, Piranha's really good.
Yeah, Piranha's good. That's just a good movie. I think Piranha
I've never
2
seen
was
Piranha.
the first movie James
No.
Cameron directed.
We should add Piranha to the list.
We can
It's-
fact check that.
What didn't he leave? Didn't he leave the
did.
project midway through too?
He did. Piranha 2, The Spawning, I think was the first movie James Cameron was directing. Yeah, it was his feature directorial debut. Because before that, he was working for Roger Corman, building sets and then doing second unit shooting
okay.
on things like Galaxy of Terror.
And look at him now. He's avataring it up.
He's killing
Yeah.
it.
Proud of him, I guess.
I wanna make a statement about Avatar 2. I believe that movie is a psyop. I don't so I don't think that I don't know what they did to us. But that movie allegedly made more. Okay, Avatar. I gotta back it up. I sound like a schizo already. So Avatar
Truthers
1, right?
rise up.
Avatar 1 was a cultural zeitgeist moment.
Yes.
Everyone you knew saw Avatar. Some people saw it multiple times. It was the most crazy, incredible movie you'd ever seen. Nobody remembers a goddamn thing about the plot because it's just dances with wolves in space with blue people. But it was cool. It was an interesting gimmick. It was 3D actually working for the first time. It was really awesome IMAX. And then it just went into dormancy period for like a decade, right? Nothing.
Hibernation.
Not a zip.
Yeah.
Zilch.
Well,
it went
it
into
took them a
hibernation
long
while we're
time
hearing about
to shoot the second one.
To shoot.
Yeah, we're hearing about they're gonna make like 5 Avatar movies during this whole time, right? But then all of a sudden, out of the blue, Avatar 2 pops up, and it's coming to theaters next year. And then Avatar 2 happens, and I don't hear a single person that I know go see it.
That's true. I don't know
I hear
anyone.
nothing
saw
about it.
Oh, did you?
I saw it.
I can't tell you.
What
It's
did,
good.
What did
Really?
you think of Avatar 2?
I completely enjoyed myself while I was watching it. And then, much like the first one, it immediately left my head afterwards.
Oh my
Slid
god!
right off.
But I have to give huge credit where it's due to James Cameron. He invented like 5 billion new technologies to make that movie, and it works so well that you stop questioning that, yeah, there's not really 9-foot-tall blue people. You just don't think about it.
Damn.
Yeah, I just wish that there was like something behind it that mattered. You know what I mean? Like the world building is interesting in Pandora, but the issue is just that the plots are just so. It just feels like
There are
you've seen.
So-
Avatar
Ugh.
shooters out there. I guarantee you, there are real Na'vi heads out there.
oh, absolutely.
There are.
I mean,
Her name
remember
is Jenny
the
Nicholson.
I was
the
gonna
last
say.
big piece of news about Avatar before Avatar 2 came out was the whole news story about how people were like KYSing because they couldn't be in Pandora because they were so like there was like a story about like multiple people having like suicidal ideations over
They couldn't live
over
there.
the concept of
You
Pandora.
know that's gotta
yeah.
be like one guy though, and the news takes that and
Ran with
goes
it.
nuts with it. Kids are
Yeah,
killing
it
themselves.
probably
over
was.
Pokemon. That
I
kind
forget
of
who
shit.
it was
Yeah.
on the cast of Avatar 2. Somebody thought the movie had come out and flopped because they never heard anything about it, but it turned out it just
Yeah,
was
his
like,
name is Arthur Abbott.
no, because I guess they finished filming like 3 years before it hit theaters because of how much
Oh, okay.
had to be in post. So they just thought, oh, I just thought it flopped, and I didn't hear about it. Nope, it just hadn't come out yet. And now
But that's
Avatar 3 is
see,
coming out
that's-
like this year, next year?
It's coming
That's
out in
crazy.
Christmas. It's
Yeah.
coming in Christmas season. Yeah.
Well, they just
But,
shot
like,
both
this
of
is-
them at the same time.
This is the crazy thing, though, about that I was going to finish my schizophrenic rant is that like no one can tell me anything about the plot of this movie, and just like Avatar 1, but also like it made more money than Avatar 1.
Yep.
Which is a how?
That's
How?
insane.
I'm
How?
calling
Like-
it right now. Avatar Fire and Ash is going to make at least $2.5 billion.
Don't say that. that.
It seems like it.
Everybody's
yeah.
gonna see it.
Don't say that.
Everybody's gonna. I'm gonna see it.
It's gotta.
I'm
wear
planning
off.
to. I don't think it will.
Especially if it comes out in such quick succession. If they waited another 5 years,
that.
maybe. But like,
does Sam Worthington do anything between those movies, or is he just like, is he just chilling?
That's a good question. I don't
ask it.
He was super hot from like 2008 to 2010, and then I didn't see him in anything else until Avatar 2. I'm sure he was in stuff. He is. He's look, talk about a good paycheck if you can get it though. It's like, oh, you were the star of 2 of the most successful movies of all time.
God, I hope he had residuals, man. I hope he had residuals.
Okay, so 3 is coming out this year.
No.
4 and 5 allegedly are coming out in 2029 and 2031. They're filming right now.
Being that close.
They are literally filming at this moment, apparently.
Oh my god.
They invented all new technology to film underwater.
Grim.
And everybody on the cast had to learn to hold their breath like crazy.
You're telling me that James Cameron developed technology involving the water?
For like the 4th time in his career. Some of them
never
being
could have guessed
literal
this.
submarines.
Why can't you just put a camera in a box? I don't understand.
It's not the camera that's the problem, it's the people.
So
they
you just sit them to train to hold their breath. You can't technology a person into just not breathing.
Look, I just think it's cool that Sigourney Weaver is like 70 and can hold her breath for 7 minutes.
Holy hell.
I think that's cool.
Didn't she learn that from that Alien? Was it Alien, not Resurrection?
She was in all of those
What's the 4th
aliens.
One?
That's Resurrection.
Yeah, where
Resurrection.
there's a really, really extended scene where they're swimming underwater. Do you still, if people have to go underwater during a movie, do you still hold your breath to see if you can do it?
Yes.
I almost passed out during Alien 4.
Don't watch Avatar 2.
Oh no!
Oh no. Just I love this idea, this just talk up like laying on the ground in front of her couch, blue like a blueberry,
blue just like Avatar.
Vacation. Oh my, that's how I become a Navi. I was listen. I went with some friends to a beach vacation. One of them have a family vacation house, and they were down there because their grandma was like not long of this earth. And the one day we were not all chilling together, he was like, I gotta go visit my grandma. I'm sorry, you're probably gonna be alone today. I was like, oh, that's fine, I can keep myself busy. And what did I do? I watched Alien Resurrection, and I watched 28 Weeks Later, and I wanted to hit myself in the head with a brick so hard.
Thought you were going to say you went to the beach and tried to see how long you could hold your breath.
No, I went for a walk, and it was so humid I felt like I went to the beach. It was awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
Welcome to
the
my
South.
neck of the woods. Yeah. Oh, hey, you know what we can do now? Now that I've revealed my location like a secret. Do you not know that's already been a thing?
No,
like that I
was
told
shocked
everybody.
that you said anything.
Yeah. No, it's because I want to get a P.O. box. So I was like, all right, I just have to fucking it's out with it at this point. But now we can tell people that we got goddamn watermelons. We had watermelons.
That's true.
And
you lived in the area, and I invited you to come with me and my friends to the beach.
Yeah,
because you were. I don't want to say nice nearby. Beach. It was a drive, but you were within day driving.
Yeah, it
distance.
was hours and hours worth of drives, but like it was within driving distance for me because I'm a crazy
and what
person.
Did you do?
So
you walked into my friend's beach house with a large cardboard box, and you said, "I stopped at every pawn shop and every thrift store on the way up, and look at how many games I got." I was like, that's so cool. That's
And
so
then I
cool.
proceeded to pull every game out of the box and organize and sort and show them off proudly,
said-
like the kid who picks up bugs on the trees and brings them home to mom and dad.
Do you know how many copies of Wii Sports Resort I have? Like 10.
Listen, it was a
was a
good
lot of
time.
Wii.
It was
It was
fun. It was very fun. It was wonderful hanging out with the crew, getting Grand Cheries, having little snacks, going out to the beach. We almost went and saw a movie, but unfortunately, time ran out.
I was
Yeah.
actually thinking that because we're all East Coast, it's not unreasonable if we wanted to do if we wanted to see a movie together or do an off collab podcast or something, that that's always out. But
Yeah.
it's a possibility.
No.
It's on the table, and I
That's
think
true.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I do live in the vacation capital of the world, so I mean, well, the country at
It's
least.
really embracing it.
So
It's too bad the air is disgusting down there, and so is the water.
the air.
It's not any
is
better up
fine.
here right now, to be honest.
It's
Bloom, when I drank the water down there, it tasted like ocean water without salt. It was
Oh.
dreadful.
yeah. That's because you were on the ocean drinking the tap
Yeah,
water.
and I went to
What do you-
restaurants and they fed me desalinated ocean water.
Yes,
Ugh.
that's why I told you I don't drink the you gotta get the
All
good
food
water.
is poison.
The
Yeah,
good water comes out of the tap here. It's nice.
Yeah, see. I just for me, I just have a Brita pitcher. I just Brita pitcher everything. Like
Fair.
everything gets filtered, and I've got other filters like on top of the filters, like on the actual sink.
It
So
gets rid of
everything's
the
like double
ocean.
filtered. and this puppy tastes right here. This tastes delicious.
I'm so happy for you.
This is the good shit.
I'm glad Arthur Abbott has access to clean drinking water. Really winning
One
this
of
year.
the most basic fundamental human needs has been met.
Is anyone else out there like really quirky and like
Drink
like
water.
clean water?
He's not like other girls.
I'm not like the other girls.
He
I'm
likes
gonna
his
drain
water
your bank account and spend it on
desalinated.
Drinking
crypto.
ocean water and vomiting profusely.
Just vomit a little bit,
To
oh, a
see
little bit
the
of blood that time.
delirium-induced visions.
I'm the most dehydrated person on this earth. You guys want to watch Castaway?
That's a good movie. That's not...
Yeah.
Actually, great question. What's the last movie you watched that you would call schlock?
Oh, let me check my
Ooh.
letterbox.
Because I've got a great
Probably
answer for this.
Probably Final Destination 6.
Bloom does not have one, but if you are a movie
I
head,
do need
I
to
hope,
start a letterbox.
and you are interested,
Yeah.
we both have letterboxed profiles.
Yeah, there is a letterbox profile for both Arthur Abbott and Taka. They both exist. I've got mine linked to my Discord. You can just find it there.
I will start one and make a great effort to get up to date with it because it's
Yeah, you know the problem is I've been watching too many good movies recently. Like I saw,
That's why you asked if we wanted to start there.
yeah. Like I saw like recently like I saw Fantastic Four and Superman. They were good, they were fine.
I do really want to see
like,
Superman.
Grand Budapest Hotel, The Fonnekin Scheme,
You've been
Friendship,
Andersoning it up.
Bring Her Back. No. I mean, the thing is, I've just been hitting the theater like constantly.
Don't change it. I understand I'm risking that by drawing attention to it, but it is so funny how you say theater.
I
Theater.
don't notice it, and I don't know what any of you are talking
Okay.
about. I think this is some
I
kind of
imagined it.
gaslight
Please
that
don't
everyone
go
does.
into it.
It's
No,
not.
it's fine. We all know what you mean.
I talk like a normal person, and there is nothing wrong with me, and I'm okay. And
That's fair.
My therapist has been telling me this for
So
years,
that's it,
and I
Bloom.
believe them.
I have
Just
to
let it
wonder,
rest undisturbed.
for regionalisms, do you say you are going to the movies, going to the theater, or going to the cinema?
I say
Oh, theater. Always
movies.
theater.
I usually
say
say
movie
movies.
theater.
I sometimes say cinema.
The cinema. I feel like
Ooh, the
I feel
cinema.
like it would depend on what I'm seeing. Even if I went to the same
If you're
building.
seeing a nice
if
movie,
I'm going to see like
I'm going
I
to
don't
the
know.
cinema tonight.
not to overstate it, but I'm trying to think of the last like good movie I saw in theaters. If I was gonna see Sinners, perhaps I'm going to the cinema.
I
But
did
if I was gonna
see that
like,
twice in the theater.
what was it? So did I.
Final Destination.
No, I still haven't seen that. I was supposed to see it with my parents.
How have you
I'm still
not
shocked
Because
that
I'm waiting
your
to see it with my
parents
parents.
wanted to go see
Oh
it.
my
It's like
God,
out
you and me
on
both.
DVD now.
Oh my god! Well, they're big streaming heads now. I got
Okay.
them hooked up with a Netflix account like 7 years ago, and they've never gone back. I guess it would. To answer your question, I guess the last schlock I saw that wasn't Alien Resurrection or 28 Weeks Later would be Intruder, which I told Bloom to watch,
I
and
loved it.
I am demanding that we cover, and I will say nothing about, but it has Arthur. It's
Look,
a movie
it's
that
got
has
both
both
Raimi
Raimi
brothers in it.
Yes,
Oh.
so it's gonna be real high up on my. What was the structure we were gonna do? Have we decided?
Maybe
We're
like-
gonna decide live. Are we doing
Yeah, we're
one
deciding live.
movie per episode, or are we doing each one of us picks a movie and we cover all three?
I mean, it depends on how long we want to do the episodes. I feel like if we do all three, it'll be at least 3-hour episodes,
Really?
right? It just depends on how much time
we
we have.
we are all yappers.
you could probably
Like,
get each
I'd
into
be
a
down
half hour, but
Yeah, I'd be down. I'd be down for 3
I
movies.
like a one
week.
each.
You know,
You like a one each? I kind of
Yeah,
like a
you're-
one
you're
each
one
too,
each.
because like I'm not a big podcast person, but when I have browsed, I do tend to, especially if there's a ton of episodes, I tend to go through and be like, oh, I have an interest in this one or this one. You don't want to like
Right.
scrub through to find the ones you're interested in, so maybe one each would be good actually.
Yeah.
I mean, Intruder
Yeah.
absolutely qualifies as schlock and is
Oh, good.
really, really fun.
There's so much to talk about for it. I'm so excited.
I think you'd say Final Destination counts as schlock to you, Arthur, the new one?
Is
Oh,
it-
100%.
is it too- I mean, how do I
I
phrase
feel like
this?
it's almost too good. Like it's
Does
too
it-
competent.
How much did it
I think
cost to make,
we're-
and how much did it bring in? Because I feel like, in my mind, schlock is like a low budget kind. Does that make sense?
Right, I kind of feel the same way. But let's see. I'm going to look that up.
Bloodlines had a $50 million budget and brought in $300 million.
That's really good.
Wait, that's really bad.
Yeah.
It lost 20 million?
No, brought in
No,
300
no, no.
300.
200. Yeah, 300 million.
No.
300 million. No.
No, that's
really
like a
good.
huge
That's
hit.
really bad. Okay, well, yeah.
No, it made, yeah, and I'd say 50 million is like pretty standard for a film. Like
I'd say that's like a
big
mid-
budget,
mid-budget
a decent
these
budget
days.
movie. Yeah, 50 million is like a mid budget. Yeah, like a couple million is a small budget now.
Right. The last thing I watched that I would unreservedly call schlock is I made my Discord watch this because I just felt like watching
Sometimes you
some
need to.
Italian trash.
Yeah.
Specifically Italian trash. That's a totally different flavor. And Lucio Fulci, who is sometimes called the godfather of gore, mostly is known for zombie films, did make a sword and sandal, it's more like a caveman sword and sandal movie called Conquest from 1983, and it's completely insane. I want to just show the poster to you two, which
Oh,
I need you to
God.
know that every single thing you see on that poster
Is it in the movie?
is in the movie.
okay.
There-
I need to describe this to the
Please.
the audience.
Please,
Okay,
I
so
want to hear how you
this is-
describe it.
This is the poster. Okay, so white border around the poster,
going in.
big silver chrome letters across the bottom, Conquest,
sparkles on it
emboldened,
even.
popping out. Yeah, 3 individual sparkles, all the text of the various different people underneath it. And then to the left, in the left bottom side, there is a man, long, flowing hair, getting fucking laser blasted in the
He's
eyes
absolutely ripped,
by
the way.
Oh, but what's he holding?
I don't know.
Oh,
what
I'll
that
get to that.
is.
He is getting laser blasted in the eyes by a large man who looks like he is made out of small mirrors, maybe possibly the screens to smartphones.
I was going to say bathroom tiles, but yeah.
In his left hand, he holds a bow and arrow with the arrows in his hand. He has no quiver. And in his right hand, he holds what looks to be nunchucks made out of bone. I do not know what bone
100%
this
what
is.
they are.
Oh,
But it's a bone of some kind. And then we see a big open shot of space above them. There's mountainous plains
best for
behind.
last, huh?
He's standing on perched on a stone upon the Grand Canyon, and then to the left of him
the right.
is a woman. Well, yeah, to the right of him, there's a woman with clawed hands, a snake around her bosom, a giant golden head mask that makes her a bald and gold, looking like a cover of a 1970s rock opera. She's got no bra. She's got gold panties
They're
that
spiky.
look to have fingernail
they are
spikes
spiked.
coming upwards out of them. Well, she's surrounded by a golden mist, also perched on a rock, and she looks to also be trying to end our long-haired Samson-esque hero with her womanly gaze.
Yes,
which
we should
is
point
the
out
same
this
as
is
the white lasers coming from the Mirror Man. It's just they're
Right.
not quite
Yes.
aligned with her eyes, so it's easy to not realize that she's
should
also
point out-
zapping you.
this is a painting
a
as well. You know, a very like
yes.
Frazetta style painting.
Bloom.
Quite
And as
Quite
a
gorgeous.
finalized of this is the subtitle at the top of "In a place beyond time comes a terrifying challenge beyond imagination."
And you said all of this is featured in
all
the
of that
movie?
is in the film.
Oh, thank
yes.
God.
All this is in the movie.
It will hearten you to know that she never puts on clothing at any point in the film.
Thank God.
Oh, let's go.
None whatsoever. Those are indeed bone nunchucks. He does swing them around constantly. There are
wouldn't
actually
you?
two
It's like
hero
a guy finding a
characters.
big stick on a walk.
Okay, sidebar about that. I was hiking the other day, and
Oh boy.
no, I have hiking poles that actual equipment that I use.
know his ass found a big
But I-
stick.
No, I passed a guy who had found a great stick, and I said, "Hey, man, that's a great stick." And he we high-fived, because that's a universal thing. If a guy is in the woods and
he's
finds a
right.
nice stick, every man that passes will be like, "Oh, that's a good find."
No, it's true.
100%.
It's true. I
Should
would've-
have been me,
I
not
can't,
him.
I can't lie. I would have given him the high five too. I would have. Nothing would have changed from this interaction.
It obviously
what? I
made his
do
day
this-
too. It made my day.
I do this. I do this the same way when I'm at a thrift store and another guy passes me who got a really good find. Today there was a guy in the thrift store and he found the full-sized puppet from Jigsaw puppet from
Billy?
from Saw. Billy, yeah, he found the whole Billy, the whole ass Billy with
She's
the cart
on a
and everything.
first name basis
The
with him.
whole Billy. Well, we go way back.
And it was only $20, and I was like, "Yo, how
Nice
much is
to
that?
him,
Did you
nice
get it for it?"
Billy.
And he's like, $20, and I was like, "Hell yeah, brother, let's go. That's good."
It isn't important that I say this, but the longer I stare at the woman on this poster, the words "snakes is clothes" have been in my head. So I needed to get that out. Thank you.
No, what? I will preemptively say I'm going to make you two watch this.
Okay.
It's
down.
good's not the right word.
Oh, Perfect.
There's a moment
that's
where
it.
ostensibly one of the hero characters just kills a guy because he feels like it, and the other hero,
Guy.
the other guy just like kind of smiles and laughs, and they just take his like stuff and just keep going.
You ever have intrusive thoughts and just
He
be
acted on
powerless
them.
to fight them?
It's
What if I hit this guy in the head with a rock?
great line of dialogue later on in the film where this also is got some delicious 1980s, probably unintentional homoerotic energy to it.
I can tell because the guy is ripped in the poster. And I can see
They're
his
they're
lats.
both ripped, and one's older and one's younger, so there's that going on.
Oh, the dynamic.
But the younger one says, Mace, why don't you come back to my land? We have laws. You'll like it. Because those are a feature that Mace's land does not have. Evidenced by him just killing a guy because he felt like it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
He wasn't evil. He wasn't fighting. He was literally like asleep.
Oh, it was like the equivalent of eating or sleeping to him.
Just the Derek comedy video. The self-defense one where the guy defends against a mugger who's
Your
asleep
robber
in
is
his
in
bed.
his bed. He's asleep.
He's mugging you.
So you grab your gun. Get wrist control.
No. You climb in through the window because he's probably locked his doors.
Lock the front door. Yeah. So that is, to me, the height of schlock.
It's
in
a
that
good,
you
good golden example.
you watch a movie like this, and as you're watching it, you think this has no artistic merit whatsoever.
Someone cared, but there's no merit is, I think, a
Look,
very
Lucio Fulci was a
dangerous
craftsman.
thing.
And though for this, he apparently just smeared Vaseline all over the camera. It is the blurriest film I've ever seen.
Does something have to be a failure to be schlock?
No.
Like,
Because a
is-
lot of
is-
schlock
is
was
From Dusk
hugely
Till
successful.
Dawn schlock? Because I kind of
yeah.
think it is.
Yeah. I love
Yeah,
that movie.
I would say it.
Sweaty,
'Cause
humid
that's-
movie.
Listen,
Gross movie.
That is...
You can't have
It is-
You can't have a movie where a woman's footage getting shoved fully like
okay, not just
halfway
a
down
woman.
the throat.
Salma Hayek. Come on.
Let's be clear.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Let
See,
us
you
give her
think of
credit.
that.
Someone's foot.
I think of the priest dad crossing his shotguns and cocking them like that to make a cross.
Oh, see,
I think
I
that's
was thinking of
fucking
Tom
crazy.
Savini's like
His
cock and
dick
balls
gun.
revolver situation.
Don't call him Tom Savini. The character's name
Sex
is
Machine.
Sex
Yes.
Machine.
Look, he's Tom Savini.
I
He shows
have-
up and it's like, oh, it's Tom.
Hey, I know that guy. I was so excited. Listen, I was in the car in the back seat on the drive down on that vacation. I was watching on my iPad. I was a little iPad kid in the back seat watching my silly little movies on Pluto because you don't need a subscription. I only had to refresh the page like 20 times. And Tom Savini showed up and I yelled, "Hey, wait, I know that guy." And my friends don't know anything about who he is. They were like, "That's nice, Takako. She's doing that thing." I'm glad she's having
Well,
fun.
he's so nice. He's such a genuinely pleasant man who makes wonderfully disgusting special effects.
If you could,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. He overlaps
Oh,
with
yeah.
the category of schlock a lot. Have either of you seen Maniac?
Yes.
That's
Arthur,
that's
have
both
you?
exploitation and schlock.
No, I don't think so.
I'm
You would know
surprised.
if you had.
You would.
It's
It's yucky.
very sweaty film.
It's got that that Tom Savini. The blood is like just pouring cherry red acrylic paint on stuff
Super red.
Oh,
to the point where it's like almost not gross because it's like it's
Right.
just arts and crafts. But
It's
the
so
acts are so gross that
obviously
it's still-
artificial.
Yeah.
For a movie that is 45 years old this year, it can still shock you, I think is what
it's
I
a
would
gross
say.
movie. I haven't seen
It
it.
is.
They remade it with Elijah Wood. I guess, which is crazy to think about, but I saw him in that movie Come to Daddy.
Wait, Maniac?
He's great. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, no, I've seen the Maniac remake is incredible.
Really?
I have not seen the full original
maybe we could
Maniac.
do a double feature then.
That would
But
be fun.
Maniac
Because I don't
remake
think either of us have
is
seen, or any of us have seen both of them.
I have not
yeah,
seen
it is.
the
They
remake.
do a really unique thing with the filming where the majority of the movie is shot from
Is it
first
POV?
person. Yeah, POV.
Ooh, okay.
Like it is terrifying.
I did not
love
realize
it.
they even remade that. I'm gonna have to see this.
Yeah,
Hey, we got a lot of good
There we go.
plans.
we got a lot of time. You know what we are not watching? So I went to
You just
The
decided
local-
without us.
Do tell.
I went to the
This
local
is you-
theater
this
listings.
is you establishing your what kinks are off the table.
I
You're
feel like
hard
we all
lying.
get a single veto. Like, absolutely not.
Oh yeah, but though, so this is. I mean, you're both gonna agree with me on this one. So I looked at what's playing in the theaters currently, and did you know that they made a Bambi: The Reckoning
I did not know that.
horror movie that is currently playing in
Oh,
theaters?
is it because it's
People
now
shouldn't
public
have seen Blood
domain?
and Honey.
Yes.
This shouldn't have been
Right.
a
Yeah.
death
Now,
thing.
see, that's what I would call slop, not
That's
schlock.
slop.
Yeah. This is slop. This is because I literally have not even pulled up the trailer. I have just looked at the still image of the movie, and it is just a awful looking CGI deer with a bunch of gross teeth, and
Ew.
it's oh god, yeah, dude. When in the same breath, Eddington is currently playing at these theaters.
What's that?
You could go see it. It's a new Ari Aster movie.
yeah,
You could go see an
The-
Ari
the
Aster movie with
Western
Joaquin
one,
Phoenix
right?
and Pedro Pascal. Yeah, it's
God.
it's a modern Western happening during COVID. Yeah.
This is probably common
Oh,
knowledge
yep.
by now. Have either of
Bambi
you,
the Reckoning. There it is.
do you remember that fucked up short film? The what is it? The Strange Thing About the Johnsons.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Do you know who directed that, Arthur?
That's Aster,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that was his college
Yeah.
movie.
Have you never seen that movie, Bloom?
No, I've
or heard
not.
about it?
How do?
Oh,
Is this okay to talk? What's our?
Of course
All
it
right.
is.
It is
Strange
a
Thing
short. I
About
think
the
I think it's
Johnsons.
even on YouTube. It sets up as if it is a son or a father abusing their son, but it is revealed halfway through that the son is abusing the father, and the mom is just pretending it's not happening. It's very upsetting, and it's one of those things that you like see several years ago and it sticks with you because it made your stomach turn. And then I found out it was
Right.
oh hey, that's the damn Hereditary guy.
Yeah.
Interesting, very cool.
Makes sense.
I have a question because
Shoot.
I brought up the topic of budget in regards to Schlock. Would you call Megalopolis Schlock?
Oh, 1,000%.
Because it cost
No.
one
It cost
gazillion
$120 million of Coppola's own money.
So is this the term definer? Because it truly was something people just don't.
So-
it's not even that we don't get it. It was a guy who cared a whole lot, and he made something.
I
But-
went to see Megalopolis in the theater,
Oh,
and
Oh, yes, me too.
it was a late night showing because that was the only time I had. So it started at like 11 p.m., which meant the movie itself didn't start till close to 11:30, and I wasn't leaving until nearly 2:30 or something in the morning.
Yeah.
And the first words out of my mouth as I was, talking to myself, walking to my car as one does, when you have a thought that you simply have to verbalize because you can't just let it sit in your head, was, I think Francis Ford Coppola might be stupid. I think he might genuinely be dumb.
Which of the two of you was I immediately messaging as soon as I walked out of the theater? I think it was you, Bloom. I think
was
I
me.
DM'd you
I do
immediately.
remember
because-
that you sat me down with a mutual friend while I wasn't even home. I was like on a trip to another state with my mom to clean out my uncle's home to be sold. And I was having a really rough time, and I watched Dancin' It's On, which I'm making us watch, by the way.
We have to watch that.
Just for the song.
As I finished it, I messaged you, and you were like, me and our friend are gonna watch Megalopolis. Do you want to join? And I was like, yeah. I was half asleep in a hotel room watching this on my little phone screen just to spite Coppola even more.
Seeing it in the theater, the thing, it's too high effort, I think, to be schlock.
Really?
I don't. I feel like
I feel
it
like
defies,
as long as the or no, I'm sorry. Finish your thought.
I was going to say it defies being just good or bad in traditional ways. I've never seen a movie like it. It's not good, to be clear. But I don't know. It's too strange to be easily classified.
It is kind of
Everything you've
defined. It is hard to
just
classify,
said is
I
like
guess.
how I would describe
Yeah.
The Room, though, where it's like a guy who really thought he was onto something, used some
Right.
very unconventional techniques that like really didn't work.
Letting your
Yeah.
actors turn in whole pages of script and then just saying, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Which apparently is why Shia LaBeouf was like that.
I feel like if Coppola
Oh.
wasn't Coppola, it would fit
Which-
right in.
Do you think Aubrey Plaza or Shia LaBeouf wrote the mommy scene? Who do you think? Who?
I really hope neither of them wrote that scene.
Somehow that's even worse.
I like the idea of Aubrey Plaza just being like monotone.
She was great
yeah,
in
I
that
think it'd
movie.
be hot.
Genuinely, she was
Yeah, she was-
fantastic
yeah.
in that movie.
I think she's one of the best parts of the movie. Honestly, she actually fit the role very well. and
Another
did,
thing I
like-
said, I feel like I saw the best and worst performances of several actors' career in the same movie. Simultaneously. John Voight saying, hey, look at this boner I got, is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a movie.
I've sent you both the Pretty Much It video
Yes.
about the baby geniuses.
John
what
Voight.
would you even call a trilogy? A quintology?
Yeah.
Where John Voight is put in... like, I knew about baby geniuses. It was in the theaters when I was
Right.
a baby. No, when I was a kid. And
Yeah.
I had heard that Super Baby... or Baby Geniuses 2 Super Babies has a rousing 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a feat, even in today's day and age.
Right.
And that's all I knew. I did not know they made 3 more. I did not know that John Voight is put in
He just kept being in 'em.
several offensive racial costumes to go undercover. I can't think of John Voight anymore without thinking of John Voight in brownface. It feels
In a
like
movie that came
something
out in, 2018?
I shouldn't have ever seen. I feel like a bad person.
How do you think
knowing that it
Angelina
exists.
Jolie felt
my God.
watching that?
Oh my god. I don't think you think she's watched it. Really? Really?
No.
Angelina Jolie sat
They-
down and watched Baby
I'm pretty sure they
Geniuses
are
4.
not on speaking terms. But the thought of her, watching it and being like,
What the
Dad, what are you doing? Like, how did it come to this?
okay, when I think of John Voight, besides that, I think of Deliverance, which
Yep.
was so good that when it was over, I sat on my couch and cried a little bit.
Right.
I think Deliverance is a fantastic movie. I think it has maybe the worst day for night I've ever seen. So bad that I was shocked it was in the same movie as everything else. Do you remember it? Because they really just put a blue filter over, I think it's John Voight's character, on top of a rock, and there's even very harsh shadows under him from the sun. The man is blue. It's bad.
It's very obvious.
It's very funny.
Now, see, things like, bad day for night, that's a good sign.
That's a key schlock ingredient.
Right.
A good seasoning.
Where it's like, fuck it. We've just got to do it. That's all we have. Like, we can't light a night scene. Are you kidding me?
What am I supposed to do? Be realistic.
Look, lights are expensive.
The crew is tired.
We're outside.
I mean, lights
you don't think I'm
genuinely
actually
are
going to
really
use
expensive.
lights, right?
Just put a filter over it and say it's nighttime. Audiences will go along with you.
We're all...
And I mean, we will, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Just turn your brain off.
I will say one thing that watching a lot of schlock, just 80s genre trash, some of them are better shot than, whatever new Marvel is in the theaters right now. Though I can't speak on Fantastic Four. I have not seen it.
They got a new Marvel out. I hear it's
I hear it's
crazy.
nuts.
People are going crazy over it. We gotta
Friendship
see that
was
new Marvel.
fantastic. Gotta see that new Marvel.
I loved it, but my issue with it just was that I felt that it didn't go far enough.
So Fantastic Four.
Either it didn't go far enough,
or Friendship.
Friendship.
Yeah. And or it just felt like the issue was it felt like there wasn't more to it other than it being a very extended episode of I Think You Should Leave.
So I remember you saying that, and I have, because I've seen Friendship like 3 times now, because I watched it with one friend, and then I immediately reached out to another friend who I knew would like it and be like, you gotta watch this. And then coincidentally, the same week, another friend said, you never watched that Tim Robinson movie, did you? I really want to see it. And I was like, haha, okay. So I watched it 3 times in the same week. And I first of all, I liked it more every time I saw it. The first time I was kind of mixed on the ending. Second, I remembered you saying that it felt like an extended I Think You Should Leave skit. And the longer I sit on it, the more I don't think that's true. Because I think I Think You Should Leave is inherently much lighter toned, which is obvious. But also, the fact that they are all standalone skits with different characters, I think works really well for the format. Whereas I think half the point of Friendship is that no matter what this guy does, he has to, like, go home and keep living that life.
He has to live with it, right.
And I think that makes me like it a lot more. I think it works a lot better in a way. And I think thinking about it that way, that this is just a guy, and every day he wakes up, it just gets worse, and he keeps fucking it up.
He keeps making it worse actively.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because when I first saw it, no spoilers, but we'll figure out how we handle spoiler. We'll just give a warning later on, I guess. There is a part near the end where things might be all right. And I was thinking to myself,
they could have been if he chose it.
Bit is committing a severe social faux pas, having a chance to back off, and then doubling down instead. Yeah. And I thought to myself, there's no way. It has to escalate. And indeed, I mean, it did. I was quite satisfied.
Indeed, it does.
But it's definitely the same guy, even though I don't believe he even wrote it, actually.
No, it seems like, from what I heard, it was a vehicle for him. Like, someone else wrote it, but with him intended as the guy, but, basically. But it wasn't his.
I liked it a lot better every time I saw it, and I would actually disagree with that take. I think it, to be honest, just feels that way because it's him and because that's how he acts.
My worry about it is that the average person who doesn't know about Tim Robinson's work, who walks into that theater, might not get out of it as much as we do. You know what I mean?
I don't know that anybody's going to see that
did you
without
and I see
knowing
that same
him.
tweet about, like, someone saw it in theaters and this guy brought his girlfriend, and halfway through she was like, Jared, what the fuck is this? Like, I
No,
just
I
think
didn't see this.
his stuff is just not going to work for a lot of people, and I think you're right to have that concern for that movie.
Yeah, because that's what I mean. I mean about it is that I feel like there is.
If one bit doesn't work, it moves quickly on, and it's much more, like, obviously supposed to be a comedy. Whereas friendship is the unraveling of a man, a fragile man.
Yeah, that's my issue, is that I just felt like there were maybe it was lacking something. There was something more that they could have done with this. I don't know what. I don't know what it's missing.
I would encourage
but it
you
just
to rewatch
felt...
it someday. I think
it landed for me.
You liked it?
Big time. I did, very much. I was also very glad when that speed bump was relevant. Because I called it.
They're putting so much emphasis on the speed bump. I know it's
Look, it's like
up.
it's a Chekhov's gun. It's Chekhov's speed bump there.
There was a literal Chekhov's gun in that movie.
There was as well.
Yeah.
But that one's obvious.
She's in the sewers.
What did you say? She's in the sewers.
God.
Ugh.
Now, another question, a question that came up pre-recording, was, what is a moment in some moments in our history of film watching that stuck with us and traumatized the ever-loving shit out of us?
Well,
when we were young.
Yeah, when you were young. I was going to say, to clarify.
Not one that happened last week.
And
yes.
I did make a list. So if you guys haven't, you have a little time to prepare. My diagnosed OCD ass made a list with bullets.
Give us your, is it top 3?
There are
traumatic film experiences as a child.
There's 10 on here.
Okay.
You asked me a question and I came up with an answer.
Well, let's hear it.
We're going deep on these.
The only one that is not a movie, you have to mention Courage, the Cowardly Dog, which I still very desperately want to own physically.
You are not perfect.
That one, specifically, I mentioned Return the Slab, obviously.
Okay.
And the Cat's Motel episode, where the spider crawls out of the drain while she's taking a bath. I was so... It bothered me so much. Actually, to add on to this, I was a very squeamish child. And I remember watching an episode of SpongeBob, the one with the butterfly, where it zooms in on the face, and you just see a big, gross insect face. As a red-blooded American child, I used to eat Pop-Tarts for breakfast every day at that age.
Same.
And I remember being so
Joseph's
grossed
Strudels,
out that I could not eat my s'mores Pop-Tarts for like 3 weeks. And I still think of that big bug every time I think of the flavor of a s'mores Pop-Tart. So I do not eat them. Ironically, I'm very into big bug movies now. Last year was, I tried to come up with a genre, a subgenre for horror movies I might focus on, and last year was Spiders But Big. And I would like to see more Spiders But Big
genre
movies. It is. So those are my 2 TV ones. I went to a friend's house and they had Coneheads on the TV, which I understand is supposed to be a comedy. But the appearance was so upsetting to me as a kid, and I know they're aliens. I didn't like that they didn't act like normal people, and it was
they're just French,
upsetting to me.
That's
well,
that's their excuse, at least.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure on a hotel TV, and the clown part was very bad for me.
I love where those clowns show up again. Do you know this?
I only remember the part that upset me. I think I changed the channel.
No, not in that film, in another film entirely.
Are you serious?
The same clowns show up in Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh my god. Oh,
Like the same
it would ruin me.
costumes.
Oh god. I was very afraid of E.T. as a child. I thought he looked disgusting. He still does. I was happy when the government took him away. I was not sad at all, and I wished it would have ended that way. Very upset that he was rescued. My mom used to leave on Lifetime a lot. She used to watch a lot of Lifetime original movies and whatever movies they were airing on there. So there were 3 from there that I listed. One I have never been able to find, and it was about a woman going to prison. And I remember there is a scene where she is assaulted by another inmate who is feeding her chocolate while trying to assault her. And I think she gets like cut up or something. And I've searched far and wide and never been able to find what movie this is. Probably because Lifetime movies don't get physical releases. Nobody cares about them. They are garbage. They're made to be shown and listed on TV Guide. And
They're there to fill programming hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're fill programming hours so they can sell ads on them, so they can make residuals off those ads.
The other 2, I had to look it up. It is a movie called Big Bully, where a guy who was bullied in high school, I think, meets his bully as an adult, and he keeps bullying him. Starring Rick Moranis from Spaceballs and Little Shop of Horrors. He is the guy being bullied, obviously.
You don't say.
Of course.
And I remember a scene where the bully is chasing him around by like a dam or something at night, and it scared the shit out of me. I'm a Vtuber, so I was bullied as a child at school, and I think the idea of, oh, this can just keep happening as an adult, it'll never stop, was so inherently disturbing to me. I think it's that, and I think it's like when kids see adults getting scared, I think it scares them. And I think, I mean, I looked it up beforehand. The movie's rated PG.
Well, yeah, parental guidance was suggested, and you didn't
fair.
have it when you saw it.
So true.
You know,
I think
the funny thing about that fear is that I became a VTuber, and then I started getting bullied as an adult. It's very strange how that starts.
He always says, she hates
We're watching
me,
it happen in real
Why
time.
does Takako hate me? Why does she always threaten me? The third one is a movie I'm going to have you watch. It's called Fear. It stars Reese Witherspoon as a provocative teen girl with, I think, a single dad? Or maybe I don't remember. I think it's a single dad. And evil young 20-year-old Mark Wahlberg starts dating her and corrupting her. There is a scene where he tattoos her name on himself with a ballpoint pen. I think he, like, sticks himself...
Yeah, like stick and
the
point.
letters, yeah, and then he rubs the ink over it, and he writes Nicole Forever on his chest.
Oh, I've seen this.
And,
yes.
I remember the scene where he fingers her on a roller coaster while Wild Horses Couldn't Tear Me Away plays. We need to watch it. It's very funny as an adult. I did rewatch it. Is that all of them? No. There are 3 more. One of them, I still don't know what it was called. They showed it to us in elementary school. I think we were learning about, like, Aztec culture or something, and they showed us, like, an edutainment VHS.
Right.
Where these kids were going with their, like, scientist fathers to explore the jungle, and the girl has a scorpion fall on her. And she gets, I mean, not bit, they sting, but I remember her yelling, "A scorpion bit me," and calling for her mom, and then the VHS just ended. It was a cliffhanger. And I was so disturbed by this child being attacked by a scorpion dropping from the tree and being helpless in the jungle.
God, you just unlocked one from me. So did either of you ever see the Peter Pan sequel with
No.
Robin Williams?
Oh, Jumanji scared the shit out of me. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah. So there was a Peter Pan. I can't remember what it was called. It was like the Lost Boys, maybe. I can't remember. But it was basically the concept was that Peter decided to be with Wendy and grow up.
Okay.
And then he became Robin Williams, and he got old and
became
lost his
Robin
whimsy. He
As one
he got
does.
old, loses his whimsy, and is like an asshole businessman who like come back to England to like visit like the grandparents, and he's just like, I'm busy on this important meeting call with this giant fucking 90s cell phone, and then Captain Hook finds a way through the void and kidnaps his kids.
Oh my god.
And so he Hook they get them back to Neverland, and Tinkerbell comes and helps Robin Williams through the void to come back to Lost Boy Island or whatever. Yeah, Neverland. Yeah, Neverland. And
Lost Boy
and they
Island.
get to they get to the Pirate Cove. And they're all celebrating, and they've got them hoist up. The kids hoist up in a rope sack up above the like 30 feet in the air, and they're all like, yeah. And then Hook looks at everyone. He's like, one of you doubted me.
Huh?
One of you said it couldn't be done. And then they drag this one guy out, and he's crying. He's fucking bawling. There's tears streaming down his
this live
face.
action?
He was like, you were very... Yes, it was live action. It's really
no.
good. And he's, you were very naughty. Get the boo-boo box.
The boo-boo
And so
box?
the boo-boo box. So it's a giant wooden coffin, and they stick this guy in it. They open up a fucking hole, and they start dropping scorpions into this fucking box on top of him.
Right. That's not a sequel. That's just Hook. That's just the
Hook.
The movie.
It's called Hook. Yeah,
Oh my god. That's horrible.
I loved that movie as a kid.
I loved it too. It's horrific. It's traumatized. Horrible. Yeah, there's a whole
It was
whole
Dustin
awesome
Hoffman
scene.
was Hook.
Yeah,
Was Captain Hook.
Yeah, and there's this whole awesome scene where they do baseball. They play baseball
They have the
because of
obligatory
course,
baseball episode.
yeah, because Peter's not a good dad, right? So he never like cares about his kids like anything, and so Hook is like trying to be his new dad and he's doing the old Sith thing of trying to turn his kids against him,
Okay.
and so he's like he sets up this elaborate baseball game. And has the entire crew play and have fun, and it's like a great time. And he's like, "Yeah, I got that fun." And then at the end, he's wearing a little Hook outfit. He's got the fucking the regalia
Yeah,
and the hair.
He's been hooked.
And yeah, they've got Peter. And he's like, "All right, now kill him." wait, hold on, wait, what?
Do you know what that reminds me of? I was just thinking about it the other day. Did you ever hear that story? This is like old internet, maybe not that old. I remember hearing it when I was in middle or high school about The Machine, the guy who was on a field trip to Russia. And he got in with
That's Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
All right, now get everyone's bags. Okay, haha. Now steal all their money. What? Huh? I realize I'm robbing the train car. But two final childhood traumas. I have talked to you about Mosquito extensively. My parents used to rent out a condo by the beach every year when I was a kid for summer vacation. I went to go chill with my uncle. He was asleep. He had the TV on. Mosquito is on the screen. There's a scene where a couple are, I believe, engaged in coitus, and the guy goes outside to like take a whiz or something, and a giant mosquito comes in, and she thinks it's her boyfriend, and he like spits green ooze all over her stomach. I was horrified. It was maybe the
it's
worst.
just like
thing
her
I'd ever
boyfriend.
seen. Yeah, well, yeah. Isn't that what guys do?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And lastly, my dad really liked James Bond a lot. So sometimes I would watch James Bond movies either with him or because I knew he liked them. And I remember watching You Only Live Twice, and there's a scene where James Bond is asleep in bed with a sexy woman, and an assassin is like in the ceiling above them, and he dangles a very thin thread and then pours poison down the thread into her mouth. And the idea of that was so scary to me that I cried, and I ran to my dad and was like, why do you watch these movies? And he was like, I literally don't know which one you're talking about.
That's very cute.
So that's my list. Please rate and review. Thank you.
All right. Well, I don't have quite a list of 10, but I can think of at least 5 or 6 off the top of my head that have obviously stuck with me for decades because they scared me a lot as a kid. Yeah, I still remember them. The irony is most of these are from movies that I really, really like. And even some of them, when they scared me as a child, were still ones that I loved. So I'm a bit older than both of you. One of the first movies I remember seeing in the theater as a kid was Aladdin, which is obviously a wonderful movie. But the Cave of Wonders is very scary when you're 5 years old. And it's, the first movie, I'm sure I saw movies before that in the theater, but the first one I remember, it roared up out of the sand and it was so loud and scary. And then there's, Jafar as like the evil, wicked beggar man, with a dagger. It was all very upsetting, when you're when you're a small child.
Quite upsetting.
Then fast forward another year, I think it was the year after. Might have been around the same time. One of my favorite movies ever, Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wonderful movie. It is, I think, the best film adaptation of A Christmas Carol. I'm not kidding. It lifts text directly from Dickens' novella to
Robert
use
Zemeckis
as
on
its
Suicide
script.
Watch.
He should be. He did a
Oh my
bad
God.
job by comparison. No, look.
You're gonna put Jim Carrey in the ground, man.
Look, Jim Carrey's great. He can't hold a candle to Michael Caine as Scrooge. Michael Caine even said, I'm going to play this dead serious like I'm with the Royal Shakespeare Company. And that's the right decision. Because the Muppets, they're not there as themselves. They're there playing characters. They're, cast in the production just as Michael Caine. And it's a wonderful film. And it lifts text directly from the novella. So you have Gonzo as Dickens, as the narrator. And as Scrooge is, winding down this dark, dingy corridor in London to the cheapest house because he's, very greedy and doesn't want to spend money even on his own lodging. It's a ruined mansion. Gonzo turns to the camera and says, you must remember Marley was dead to begin with, or nothing that, proceeds from here will seem fantastical. And Rizzo, who's just there as, the bridge for the audience, is like, oh, that's kind of creepy. And he's like, shut up and watch. And so you see him approach the door knocker. Now, in the novella, it describes how he thought he saw the face of, Marley in it, and it let out a horrible shriek and it startled him so, but then he just went inside, and made his way up to his quarters, shaken, but, keeps going on. In this, you see the very, early 90s, they just learned how to morph in one image into another kind of thing on the face of the door knocker, and it becomes the Muppet Statler's face. And then he just goes like, oh! He just screams. And with reverb and a bit of a zoom and everything. And it scared me so as a child. I hid my eyes. I was inconsolable. And in my family, that's the Christmas movie that we watch every Christmas. And
every year I endured this
wonderful
horror for Christmas presents.
So we'd be watching it, and as a kid, I knew it was coming, but I would feel this pit of dread in my stomach build as he approached the door, knowing it was coming and like burying my face in my mom's shoulder because it was scary. Even now, as I'm getting close to 40, I watch that every Christmas. I still feel the slightest like twinge of dread in the core of my being.
You sent me the clip. It
It's
looks
scary.
like Nosferatu.
Yeah.
Not the
sets
knocker,
are
but
gorgeous.
the set. And
Oh,
it's
the
like,
sets are fantastic.
It's quite upsetting.
The Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come is also very upsetting in that movie because not that it's spoilers for, a 180-year-old story here. But, there's a moment where Scrooge is just accompanied by this voiceless, faceless spirit in all black that just points.
Ugh.
And, Scrooge is realizing that everybody there is happy he's dead. Like the world is better because he's not in it
Scrooge
anymore.
is talking to it too.
Right.
And it doesn't respond, it just points.
No, it just points. And, he's come around at this point. He's resolved to be better, but he must endure this. And at the end, they're in the graveyard and he just points to the grave. Ugh. And, Michael Caine's there. He brushes the snow off it, sees that it says Ebenezer Scrooge, and he's having a breakdown. He is blubbering, crying, like faced with his own mortality. And that's, pretty upsetting when you're 6.
I thought we were watching a Muppet movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I love the Muppets, though. Now, those are obviously films that I love that, while they had scary things, are still very much, child appropriate. They're not,
Yeah.
My other traumatic movie experiences as a child come from times when, do you remember if you didn't have cable, every now and then there would be like, or if you had cable but not premium cable, there would be like HBO free weekends.
I don't
You
know
know,
I
where-
think we always had
Yeah, we
good cable.
we didn't have the money for HBO. So
I didn't have the. So I was in a unique scenario to either of you. I did not even have past the first 20 channels growing up. I had nothing.
Right.
I would have to go over to my Graham's house in order to watch anything on Cartoon Network or Disney Channel or like Sci-Fi. And it wasn't until I swear I was 15 or 16 when we finally got like a real cable package, because I think they finally had a deal that my parents were like, okay, we're getting phone internet. I guess we can pay an extra $10 a month
You were a
for
VHS kid.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I was a TBS, WB, Fox, and VHS kid.
Okay.
Like I would watch all the sitcoms on TBS Channel 14. I would watch Channel 10 whenever there were cartoons on it in the early morning. And then on weekends, and same with Fox, like the Fox cartoon block during the mornings too. And then a lot of Price is Right and Wheel of Fortune
Daytime game
and
shows. Very good.
Yep.
yeah, daytime game shows and Judge Judy,
Jerry
the court,
Springer
all the
looking
Judge
ass.
Mathis, yeah, little bit of Jerry Springer, little bit of Maury.
But
Yeah.
what were your-
The experience of, unsupervised because your parents are away doing something, just flipping channels on cable and finding a movie you definitely shouldn't be watching
Oh God.
is, I think, an experience a lot of people can relate to, but there are 3 in particular that stand out to me. One took me literally 30 years to find the scene again, and it was actually with your help, Takako, that I did.
I had to go
Was-
searching.
It was from a made-for-TV adaptation of a Stephen King story called Sometimes They Come Back.
Ugh.
Oh,
And it's not a bad movie, actually. It's quite good. Which is not a given with Stephen King adaptations. Those can be
Yeah, no.
either
You're not
great.
scared of spooky kids?
I mean, I kind of am. But the plot here essentially is this guy, I think it's like his brother is murdered by these greaser dudes who had a, souped up hot rod car in 1950s.
Leather
It's
jacket.
probably in
looking ass.
Maine. They're all fucking in Maine. It's Stephen King. And then, decades later, this guy comes back to his hometown. He's a teacher at the high school, and students start going missing. and getting replaced by the like bullies he remembers from when he was a kid, who are somehow the same age and back to life. And they're demons, like they've just come back to life. You don't need a reason. They're evil. And there's this one scene where they've abducted this kid. His name is Chip, teenager, and he's in the back of the car, and they're taunting him that they're gonna kill him. And they've got a switchblade out, and they're like playing around with it. They're like, "Hey, Chip, you wanna?" And then one of them's like, "Do the face." I'm like, "No, the face is for babies." He's like, "Do it." And he turns around from the driver's seat, and he's got this horrific demon face. And then you're kind of in the perspective of the kid between these two other guys, and he looks around. They've all got these horrifying demon faces now, and they start just like stabbing and cutting at him and laughing. And it goes to a scene outside the car where they just casually toss all of his body parts one by one out of the window of the car, like off a bridge, kind of like juggling his head around at the end. And it's not bloody, like they're just very obviously like foam latex bits that they're tossing out. But just the way it's shot, I must have been like 8 years old.
Oh my God.
Seeing this on cable. And I think I just turned the TV off and I'm like, I'm going to go outside. Like, and just process that. Having now actually watched the movie, it is pretty good. But that stuck with me for literally 30 years now.
When I found it and I sent you the clip of it, you kept saying like, I can't believe how similar it is to my memory. Like I can't believe how clearly I remembered this.
Burned in there. And there are two other similar scenes where it's either a moment of shocking violence or just something so completely unexpected. The shorter ones tell about early 80s sci-fi horror movie called Xtro. XTRO. Extraterrestrial movie, kind of gross, kind of splattery.
Okay.
Not particularly high quality, but there's a scene where a car is driving down like a dark country lane at night, very wooded, very creepy. And as it pulls around the corner, its headlights catch this alien creature in its sights, which then just skitters into the woods. And it's very clearly like a man bent over backwards walking on hand and feet. But that's not how people move, so it's creepy and weird. And the way it's shot, it's really effective. And, when you're, I don't know, maybe 9 years old and you see that, you're like, I'm scared now because I live near woods like that.
And what if there's a man skittering in the woods?
There might be. You never know.
Describe your actions as skittering, Arthur, and now I am thinking of a redraw of that scene with
but it's
Bloom driving a car and Takako in either the passenger or the back seat, and Arthur is skittering into the woods. That's down.
I can picture it so clearly.
I hate it.
The other, and this will be the last one for me. I've mentioned I love trauma movies. But I didn't come to that love until, I was a teenager and thought, all the excessive violence and nudity was cool and fun.
Right.
Which it is, for the record.
I got this show for you. It's called Elfin Lead. You're going to love it.
Oh, I've seen many times. But, because that came out when I was a teenager. That was like the show. But the first Toxic Avenger movie, great movie, genuine superhero movie. Like that is how I would classify it. Also has the worst people you've ever seen in your entire life. And it's satisfying because you get to watch Toxie kill them brutally. Some not even as badly as they deserve. And the main four are these asshole like teenagers who are obsessed with health and fitness at the Tromaville Fitness Club. They're the reason that poor Melvin turns into Toxie in the first place. But what they do every night, apparently, and this is a disgusting sexual thing for them, is the two guys and two girls, they're couples, get in their hot-rodded car absolutely slamming beers and chugging Jack Daniels out of the bottle.
Posing beers.
With a score system for hitting pedestrians with their vehicles.
This is the most trauma shit I've ever heard.
It's filled with, racial slurs and every other kind of slur you can imagine as they're describing the point value.
Oh
now, while
God.
they're doing this, there are alternate shots of like little Timmy saying bye to his big sister as he goes for a bike ride at, 10 p.m. in Tromaville, because why not? And so they see this kid and they absolutely blast into him. Kid goes flying over the dashboard.
Oh,
like
Jesus.
genuinely pretty good stunt work. And then the girls in the back seat are like, "Oh, hit him again. He's not dead." And you see this kid like crawling on his hands. His legs don't work. There's a trail of blood everywhere. His bike is ruined.
This is a
And
comedy,
then they
by the way.
reverse and slam over him, and his head just explodes. And it's very obviously like a watermelon in a wig.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it's a trauma movie. Like they didn't have money like that. But then it's not enough. They stop the car. They get out. Now it's a grotesque, like, prosthetic, splattered child head.
Oh.
And the women start taking Polaroids and posing with it. And
This really says
I
a
must
lot
have
about
been, like-
society these days.
I must have been 8 or 9 years old.
No.
And I saw that, and
let's
it
go.
wasn't just that the violence was shocking. It was that
the cruelty.
people can be this horrible, and they're laughing, like having the time of their lives. Later on in the movie, one of the girls is like just masturbating to that picture that she took of like this exploded little boy. It's it's a really good movie, but
Yeah, it's trauma, all right.
not
Earlier
one
I
to
asked,
see
"Oh,
when
can I
you were a
talk about
child.
this on here?" I think we're fine now.
Look, not when you're a child. I'm very excited. The new Toxic Avenger movie that was shot and released in 2023 is finally getting a theatrical release next month in
You
August.
believe?
I can't wait to see it. I believe it will be good because it's starring, I think, Peter Dinklage, Elijah Wood, and Kevin Bacon.
Oh my God. Oh
Like
my
it's
God.
it's a real
Oh.
fucking cast.
Oh, I'm excited.
It looks great. But this is to say you should watch the first Toxic Avenger. It's great, but not if
Yeah,
you're 8 years old,
Yeah.
because you will remember it forever.
My only exposure to trauma was my friends showed me The Slashing not that long ago.
Okay.
It's okay. And I worked at a used games and DVD store for a while, and I sorted a lot of the DVDs downstairs. So I saw a lot of trauma movies, and my boss didn't really care if I used my phone. So my favorite activity at the time was finding weird, fucked up little movies being sold for like $1, and then looking up the IMDb Parents Guide, because it would always say things like, a man's arm explodes. a woman uses a chainsaw as a back scratch. Shit like that. There is blood.
Right.
And I always thought they were so silly. But
There's
Arthur-
just before we leave trauma, two things. One, the most successful movie in the theater right now, Superman, directed by James Gunn. James Gunn got his start in Hollywood working for Lloyd Kaufman at Troma Studios.
Did he really?
Yeah.
And his first directorial effort was Tromeo and Juliet in 1996, which is a genuinely great movie and a shockingly good Romeo and Juliet adaptation, just with gallons and gallons of blood and other bodily fluids and multiple, decapitations and dismemberings, and it's good family fun. I think it genuinely got like a positive review in the New York Times. It is
That's
a good
funny.
movie.
I'm looking
The
now.
other, you just mentioning those content descriptions, I'm trying to remember which trauma film it was, but I had picked up, the used DVD, and it was the R-rated version instead of the unrated cut.
Okay.
Most trauma films were not rated or certified by the MPAA. They played at, independent theaters, so they didn't have to be cut up. But this one had a theatrical release and was R-rated. So for all of the scenes that were deemed objectionable, Lloyd Kaufman, founder of the studio, would come out on screen with like a chalkboard and describe what was happening in these scenes, including things like taking a bag of frozen peas and throwing them at, the thing and saying, and someone's peeing right now, just really belaboring the point. And that somehow made it a much funnier movie.
If you can find it,
I
want
will
to see
look
it.
for that clip. Because I got to remember which one it is. I know I sent that DVD to a friend ages ago.
We'll get you a replacement. You'll get your little
I can
paws on
find
it
it
once again.
I can find it. Sorry, I did not mean Arthur. What? Tell us your trauma with film.
Oh yes, I'm traumatized. Okay. So, I have many a trauma from when I was a young little itty bitty imp, skittering around the house.
See?
So the first
Always
one,
skittering
actually,
with this one.
that reminded me was you guys talking about some of these films reminded me of Cat's Eye, a Stephen King adaptation.
Oh my god! I started watching it and I turned it off.
Oh yeah,
Not even that long
which
ago.
one did you turn it off at?
Isn't there like a cat in duress? Don't they like torture a cat or something? Yeah.
Yes, there is a moment of So there's a few of segments and there's Quitters Inc., which involves
it's like an anthology, right?
Yeah, it's an anthology because a lot of Stephen King I think is best in short story form. I think that honestly his longer stories go off the rails very often, but his short stories are incredible. But so Quitters Inc. is the idea of a guy has a cigarette addiction and he wants to quit, and so he signs up with a company, and the company is like, yeah, if you fucking, we're gonna cure you of the problem. If here's how it works. If you smoke, then we'll kidnap your wife and put her in an electric room and we'll shock her feet. And then if you do it again, then we'll kidnap your daughter and you'll do the same thing. And if you do it again, we'll rape your wife.
I really don't want to smoke right now.
He's just like, okay. And then he fucking proceeds to smoke anyway. Now, that one wasn't the one, though. The one that really got me was The Ledge, the second one. The concept being a guy in a gambling debt to a crime boss is brought up on he's up in a penthouse, and he says, all right, here's how it goes. I got your girlfriend. I got her captured. I'm going to hurt her. But we can play a game. We can play a game.
Yeah.
If you can go along the ledge, no supports, no safety harness, all the way around this building, all the way around this penthouse on the outside, and get back to the other end, then I'll forgive your debt, and you and your girlfriend can go free. Well, he horrifically almost dies going around the edge. And this is I'm a kid, I'm watching this, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, it's terrifying. He's like they're like spraying it with water, they're doing all this crazy shit, right? And he does it. He gets back in. He gets back in the house. He's good. And then the guy's like, I got a little fucking gift for you. And he hands him a gift bag. He dumps it on the ground as his wife's head fucking rolls out of the fucking, it just rolls right out.
God.
Yeah. Now he's able to overpower the guy. He overpowers the henchman and kills him. And then like makes the guy go back out on the ledge, and then he slips, he falls, he dies. Like crime boss falls out, dude still lost his wife. But that moment of the head rolling out of the bag is seared into my brain as a child. This was on WB, by the way. This was like on Channel 10. They were showing this at night.
Not even on cable.
No, not even on cable. Yeah, not even on cable. Now, next one, the one that I'll start from the beginning of severity. A classic seared into the mind is yet again on non-cable television. Oh wait, no, was it? No. This was on Sci-Fi. This is when I had Sci-Fi. They were playing the It miniseries.
Oh, from the 90s?
Yes, from the 90s. And they did...
Tim Curry.
It was with Tim Curry. it was the bubble scene of the girl. The girl is at the sink. And yeah, people who have seen the It remake probably remember the scene of she's standing in the sink, and there's a little girl talking to her through the drain, and she's just like, we all float down here, and you're gonna die. And then this balloon starts blowing up and up and up and up, and as soon as she starts saying creepy shit, it explodes and blood splatters all over the room, encoding her, and it's just this horrific, like this stinger hits, and it's just it is just. Ugh.
Awful.
Ugh, just thinking about it
Awful.
makes my fucking skin crawl.
Well, you're a big,
so I'm that's
how do I describe, like, you're pretty OCD. I can say that.
Yes.
I have it. So
yeah,
I imagine
I'm very much a clean freak. Yeah, I'm
like
the clean. I would say the cleanest VTuber.
Yeah. I imagine that would especially upset you. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
there's like a level of,
yeah, it's not
oh
just
God,
the
it's
shock.
fucking everywhere. It's all over me, kind of thing.
Yeah, there's like how are we getting this cleaned up? It is all over the walls. It's all over my body. Like I had you know, the other thing, it actually ties into another one of my fears is, did you know that I hate water parks and water rides?
No.
I did not know
because
that.
I cannot control the temperature or the speed at which water hits me.
Really?
It gives me a really uncomfortable feeling on my skin when water hits me at a temperature and speed that I can't control, and a timing that I can't control it. Like showers are perfectly fine, right? Because I can control the
carefully
because you're in control.
Picked out his shower head.
Yeah, I'm in full control of the shower.
Yeah,
I can adjust it to the right temperature. I choose when I get in the water and at what, like I can move in and out of it whenever I want. It's a stationary
Did you play in
stream.
sprinklers as a kid?
No, I hated the sprinklers.
Okay.
I loved
Yeah,
that as a
I
kid.
hated the sprinklers. I hated the hoses. Like I could not stand any of it. If other kids splashed me in the pool, I fucking despised it. Like I couldn't handle, especially if water got my nose. Yes, I would. It would work.
Okay.
It would work because I would hate it.
You've given us a weapon.
Yeah, don't tell me that. Don't tell us that.
But so yeah, that's why the spray of blood is double. It's a doubling effect
Makes
for me,
sense.
which I feel like that's a pretty standard thing for a lot of people, though, for a lot of kids. Now, a scene that was seared in my memory, but I only recently rediscovered in the last couple of years is the movie Mimic. So in the movie Mimic,
I started watching this and didn't finish it. It's a Del Toro, right?
Yep, it is a Guillermo del Toro movie.
Oh God, big gross icky bugs. Yeah, continue.
Yes, it is. There are big, gross, icky
big
bugs,
bug
and I only
movie.
saw part of this. It was on TV, and there were kids. What it was there was a scientist for the CDC, and they're like, "Hey, bada bing." I don't know why I always make everyone in New York, but they're like,
because
"Hey,
you're from
bada
New York,
bing."
right?
Go,
That's where you live.
yeah, wink. But they go find me some samples of this thing because they like bring it. These kids bring them a sample of like something from the bugs,
Just
and they found in the sewers.
The scientist has killed I think kids were getting sick from some bug or something. So the scientists make a bug that eats them, can't reproduce, and dies in like 6 months. And they cure the disease. And years later, the bugs are coming back, and they're not supposed to. So that's why she asked these kids to find them a sample, and she'll pay them like $25 or whatever. But continue.
Yeah. And so they go into the sewers, and they're going towards a big thing in the wall, a big bug thing. And this is how traumatizing this was for me, that I don't know what happened. I think that as they're walking up to the bug sack, I think I was so terrified by the idea of a giant bug sack that I turned the channel and I never looked back. But I never could forget the
I'm pretty sure
the
you
bug
actually
sack.
don't see what happens to them, but they do approach the nest, and it is disgusting. They touch the casing, and you can see it move.
Ooh.
Awful.
I mean,
Bugs
sometimes
big.
the thought of what's coming next
That's
is
true.
much scarier than whatever actually is,
Yeah.
especially when you're a kid.
Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
We've all seen, like, have we all seen I Saw the TV Glow?
Yes.
I have not yet.
Oh, okay. I won't say anything then, but that is a big part of it. Consuming scary media as a kid and how your relationship with that changes as you grow up. It's certainly not the only theme. You'll probably go prioritize it if I tell you Connor O'Malley shows up in it and does that thing he always does. It's a fucking
he does
jump
the
scare.
Connor O'Malley thing. Oh, let's go.
But
I was
it
so
is-
happy to
it
see
is
him
a
in
very
Friendship.
good movie. I know. He can't
I
help
think he-
himself, man. He shows up for 2 seconds in a movie, and of course his character's like, I actually don't know why we pulled out of Afghanistan. It was a shame. It happened. And that's it.
Every time,
Thank
man.
you, Mr. O'Malley. You guys see Top Gun? How'd they get those planes so fast?
I'm still thinking about Rap World.
I rewatch it twice a year. I just watched it again the other day. Well, you're always thinking of the line where the guy says, "I'm a superhero, but I
Yeah.
only kill teachers."
I'm a superhero and I only kill teachers.
I always think of the guy saying, "I'm feeling things that have not been felt since World War II by some people who are in it." God.
Now, the last big one for me, this one has a attached story that of the years later effect. So, House of a Thousand Corpses was on TV on the Sci-Fi Channel, and I saw the final scene in the basement with Dr. Satan. And he's got his big rig on, and he's dissecting someone.
Seen it, so you can describe. Give me a little context. Like, what is it? The only Rob Zombie thing I've seen is like the first Halloween.
Okay, so the House of Thousand Corpses, the concept
he makes
is
like music.
probably-
and he makes movies. He
yeah.
always casts his wife.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
He's
about
like if
Yes,
Danzig
that's-
was better.
who?
yeah,
Don't worry
exactly.
about it.
Okay. Yay.
So the concept of House of Thousand Corpses is that it's just like Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
gonna say,
basically.
Okay.
It's just Texas
It's in
Chainsaw
the
Massacre.
title.
Yeah. Serial killer family. And yeah, at the very end, the final girl gets. I think she doesn't make it. I'm pretty sure nobody in that movie. No, I haven't watched the whole
Grim.
thing, but I'm pretty sure nobody makes it out in that. I think everybody dies. Because at the very end, Dr. Satan is like a legend. It's like a thing, like because it's basically just the grandpa is in the basement doing experiments and fucking with people, and there's a giant pig man with an axe that's chasing this woman around,
love Saw.
and he's got like a guy's brain like exposed, and he's got big needles, and he's just his getup is just so scary. He's got a scary mask, and that image of him and the gore and the weird implements was just permanently affixed to my coronias. And so
Coronia.
fast forward by about 10 years. And I am with my girlfriend at the time. And
I can't believe this.
I know, horror. But we were at a haunt.
Oh,
we were
yeah,
at we were at a haunt, and I was we were going through all the haunts, and it was like, oh, whoa, this is fun. Kind of scared. I'm like, clutching her arm a little bit, and we get to the hospital,
Oh no.
and we're going through it, and I'm kind of
It's not
fucking
fun anymore.
terrified.
Oh no.
And then we get to like the
Suddenly
like
you're there.
like the last third, and there's a animatronic Dr. Satan just fucking going back and forth. I grab
Did you
her.
yelp?
I yelp. I grab her. I hold her in front of me.
Oh my god.
And I use this poor woman as a human shield for the remainder of the haunt house.
She promptly
And
broke
she-
up with me. Never told me why.
It's a mystery to this day.
Not sure. Much to think about.
No idea. But so
That's so funny that you have
Yeah.
a base level response, a physical response to seeing this guy again.
It was,
Ugh.
I could not handle it. It was awful. It was fucking so, look at him, he's so scary.
Bloom did post a pic of the guy dissecting in chat, and I posted the SC shocked cat emote that Rurika always uses. My good
SC
friend
shocked.
Rurika. SC shocked.
I'm also now realizing that a movie I want to see and have been meaning to see basically is just the same as House of a Thousand Corpses / Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is a film from 2004, so right around the same time, called Skinned Deep,
Ew.
which is the directorial debut of special effects artist Gabe Bartalos.
What else has he done?
Gabe Bartalos he was like 16, 17, 18 years old, starting in effects makeup on, I think Spookies was his first movie.
Okay.
Which has an awesome Spider-Woman transformation scene.
Ooh.
But then he worked a lot with Frank Henenlotter. So on like Basket Case 2 and 3.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He did all the effects for Frankenhooker, which are really, that's a super fun movie if you've not seen it.
I know of it. I haven't. I always in my head mix it up with, I went to a friend's house and she found her dad's little zip-up pack of DVDs, and we watched one labeled Zombie Strippers, and there's a scene where a girl shoots billiard balls out of her at people, and when people say Frankenhooker, I think they're talking about zombie strippers, and they're not. So that's my answer.
Frankenhooker surprisingly is classier than that.
Yeah? Uh-huh.
I'm not making a joke. No, but Gabe Bartalos, I guess, is just really... Oh, he also did all of the effects makeup for all of the Leprechaun films.
Oh, okay.
That's probably his best known work.
I've only seen Basket Case from that list, but I did see it.
I love Basket Case. That is just a weird movie. But Skin Deep, I guess, was his first directorial film, and because of all the work he's done on the Leprechaun films, he's just friends with Warwick Davis, who plays the Leprechaun. So
the Leprechaun in question.
Yeah. So he's just in Skinned Deep as one of, like, everybody else is no names, and then it's Warwick Davis, which is kind of funny. But it looks very similarly gross. And that's definitely schlock. I think Rob Zombie movies, I think, would count for schlock.
For schlock.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
I mean, Halloween sequels are all schlock. The first Halloween's just a great movie. There's a couple franchises like that where they have one or two good movies and then like a dozen terrible ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2 was like questionable.
I know people like 2. I wasn't a fan.
It goes a little too far by the end.
Halloween is just great, and then there's 13 sequels.
Yeah. I think 3 is a genuinely very interesting schlock movie.
Right. Well, because it's an anthology horror. It's not Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course everything post 3. There's never been a good Halloween movie past post 3. Yeah.
Then
Evil
Hellraiser.
Dies Tonight.
You're not a fan of Busta Rhymes drop kicking Michael Myers?
I mean, I am a fan of that.
Why do you
but
hate
it's not
cinema?
Good. Look, I'm glad Jamie Lee Curtis got a paycheck.
She got several paychecks.
Oh, I mean for that
She
one
got
specifically.
more.
That was
Getting them.
H2O.
It's crazy how many paychecks Jamie Lee Curtis gets. Did you see she's in They're making a Freaky Friday sequel somehow?
Sure
I guess they pulled Lindsay Lohan out of like hooking in Dubai or whatever she does now. Like and got her back in a movie.
Don't talk about her like that, man.
Good for her.
Isn't that what she did? I could have sworn
don't
that's
know.
actually
I don't
legitimately
wanna
what
talk about
happened.
I don't need to know what she's up to. All I know is that Jamie Lee Curtis really loves One Piece.
Yeah, her daughter's a VTuber.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah.
But she carries around a little Tony Chopper plush
Does
a lot
she
of the
really?
time.
That's so
yes.
cute.
And if you say Chopper, she will say, "Excuse me, his full name is Tony Chopper." Like, she will correct you.
That's so funny. I didn't know.
She loves One Piece.
There was an old list that got posted. Hold on. Of celebrities who like anime. There was a graphic that got posted everywhere. There we go. Tobey Maguire, Robotech, Ninja Scroll, Christian Bale, Jinro.
Christian Bale, not, any of the films he's voiced characters for, every Ghibli film since 2004.
I have to say, if you are here by coincidence, or you're here because you're familiar with Bloom or Arthur and not me, I have a thing about Robert Pattinson. It sounds like I have a crush, but I don't. I don't know how to describe it. He is a very weird guy. He is, I say, a little trickster god. He will say egregious lies on interviews, and then later be like, that didn't happen, I don't know why I said that. Or, I just thought it would be funny. He will have I always talk about Piccolini Cuscino when someone tries to interview him about,
going
to
Batman? Ask about the GQ interview for the Batman.
Yeah, on webcam,
the little
he's
pasta
like, I invented
pillows.
a new pasta here, and he put aluminum foil in his microwave and blew it up while giggling. The guy's a freak. And
I
the idea
love him
that he is
for that.
on this graphic, and it says he likes Death Note, Mushishi, and Kino's Journey. More research needed. Need a source for this, but if it's true, he's been based for a long time, and I am always excited to see
the thing about this list that I don't believe is Hulk Hogan. I don't believe that Hulk Hogan has ever watched an anime his entire life.
Date Bayo, brother. HH.
In the HH brother.
I want to believe that Zac Efron likes Outlaw Star.
That's
also,
very
you can't
easy
tell
to
me,
believe.
You can't tell me that if Kanye West in the mid-2000s got his hands on a Love Hina DVD, he wouldn't be nuts over it.
No, the thing is, he would have
sure.
sampled them somewhere.
True.
Like, they would have ended up in his music. Also,
literally everything that the man consumes ends up in his music. So, dude, at one point, one of his Vultures was going to be called TurboGrafx 16.
That would have been sick. Also, I know Kanye's been off the deep end for a long time, and I sincerely hope he gets real, meaningful help. But looking at his, anime list, if he loves Golden Boy,
don't you can't give him you can't.
I will.
Don't say
you got to give credit where it's due.
No.
This is the anime version of "But He Made Graduation" right now.
I mean, he did make Graduation. The number one rule of being a hater is that you have to be accurate with it. There's a lot of things you can say about Kanye.
I hate it.
Listen, I feel like the Golden Boy cred got erased when he walked out in the Black Klansman outfit. All right, when he
That's
walked
fair.
out when he did an entire interview with the
pointy
hood
are
on.
Not even on these things.
and he wouldn't take it off. He wouldn't take off the hat.
There are a lot of people who like Golden Boy.
That's true. That aren't Kanye West.
Someone tells me Leonardo DiCaprio only dates 21-year-old women, but I saw an image 15 years ago online that says he likes
that said he liked
Geass.
Ninja Scrolls.
Yeah.
Robin Williams did like Ava, though. That
He
is
did.
confirmed.
That's true, yeah.
That's a fact.
Have you seen 1 Hour Photo? Because I haven't.
Yes.
Is it
yes.
It's very good.
Ooh. Is it good schlock or is it good? Good.
No, that's just
it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
And disturbing.
It's a yandere movie, right? But the yandere is Robin Williams. Oh,
sort of.
He liked how I put it. he liked the idea
like
of
is a
Robin
strong
Williams being a
strong
yandere.
word. But so just looking at this, like, some of these picks are so strange on this famous people that like anime and or manga list. Like, why does Tobey Maguire have the anime taste of somebody that grew up in the 1970s?
We're looking at Robotech, Gotcha Man, Speed Racer, Detective Conan.
And Ninja Scrolls.
imagining Daniel Radcliffe sitting down and watching either Monster or Hajime no Ippo is insanely funny. Probably funnier than it should be.
I could
could
imagine
see it,
that.
so it shouldn't even be funny, but it is
Right.
very funny.
But like, my dad watched Speed Racer, like, and he's much older than Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
I don't.
I can't get over the fact that they have Robert Pattinson on this graphic and they just list him as Edward Cullen from Twilight or Cedric Diggory from Harry Potter,
I mean,
not,
that-
Batman.
dates
Two things.
this
Well,
list.
that's the thing, Arthur. That dates this image. This image I saw on image
yeah.
boards when I was like 15.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is
Right, or
okay.
like-
This is from
So
back
Look
in
at
the
the
day.
Haley
yeah.
Williams picture.
Yeah, lead singer of Paramore, Ergo Proxy. Goddamn. Also, I have to say, and I'll say it every time, when Robert Pattinson appears as Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter, he drops from a tree. He literally drops from above the frame into the frame. And I think that's the funniest way a Robert Pattinson jump scare could occur. He comes,
Yeah, no,
he
that's
drops down into the movie, and you're like, whoa, wait, what the fuck? What are you
He's
doing?
here now.
It's very good. Very good.
It's crazy that the actor they got to replace Andrew WK likes Lucky Star though.
Oi. Boy. Don't do this. I fully believe all the Keanu Reeves picks, though.
Oh yeah, no,
Close
that
to
all makes
Michelle and
sense.
Berserk,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
I feel like he'd just watch whatever you handed to him. He'd approach it with an open mind. I believe in Keanu.
Can we watch Knock Knock? I haven't seen it. I've only seen the scene. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Knock Knock
I
is
don't.
I think it's Eli Roth. It is a home invasion movie, but the victim is Keanu Reeves and the home invaders are two sexy women.
I'm sold.
And there is a scene where he is, well, I won't say anything then. He's very upset that they offered him pizza.
Okay. It
Yells
is
a lot about
indeed Eli Roth. I did just see.
Thank God.
I hate the internet. I wanna complain for a
Just
second.
in general.
So I googled Knock Knock because I wanted to take a look at the poster, right? And
Mm-hmm.
AI overview, who's there? Fuck off! Fuck off, Google! Shut up! Shut up! You're a computer.
I'm not
You're a
owned,
computer,
I'm
and
not
I don't
owned.
respect you.
I think a lot about that one meme image that just says all robots and computers must shut the hell up. You know, and it's got like
welcome to my meme
things
page.
crossed out.
Used to be one of my
Yeah.
favorite
it
creators.
just says to all machines, you do
robots
not
should
speak
only speak
unless spoken to.
Yes, yes.
And I will never speak to you. I do not want to hear thank you from a kiosk. I am a divine being. You are an object. You have no right to speak in my holy tongue. That's how I feel about AI.
Yeah.
It also makes, Dune, the concept of a jihad against technology that thinks, seem, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Will 2025 be the year that I finally finish David Lynch's Dune? Will it be
Yes.
the year
You've
that I
never
don't-
finished
I
Lynch's
have tried
Dune?
to watch it 3 times, and I've fallen asleep every time. And I love David Lynch.
Did you
So-
read the
It was my first Lynch
small
movie.
I haven't
font? No, not the book.
Oh,
The small font front and back page that was distributed to theater goers to explain the concept of Dune to them when the movie came
no,
out.
I haven't.
Well,
I hear you typing.
no, I don't actually know if that flyer is preserved anywhere. Oh, no, there's a terminology flyer. Here we go. Yep. I would recommend
they got
reading
these people a
the
glossary.
book, but they handed it to them as they walked into the theater.
Oh my god.
Could you imagine saying, yes, I'm here to see, Dune 20, whatever year it came out, the more recent one, and they hand you this sheet explaining to you, well, not only
so much text.
here's what it is, here's how you pronounce it. So it's Atreides. the ruling house of planet Caladan. Or Caladan, sorry. And, all these terms. And it was two-sided. It's not just...
Pronunciation.
It's not just one.
Khitan, home planet of the Padishah Emperor Shaddam the Fourth. Brother, is this real? This is real.
Yes, this is 100% real.
That's crazy.
This is what you were... Here's the other side of the sheet. I was not kidding when I said small font front and back.
They filled it up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is so funny.
So maybe that's why you've bounced off Lynch's Dune. You didn't have this.
Oh, I didn't have the terminology sheet.
You didn't know that the sandworm was known as Shai Hulud.
Oh, okay. All right.
That they can
Makes
be
sense.
1,500 feet long and 120 feet high.
Bugs, but big.
Yeah.
Think
the
about
thing-
how
the thing
big that is.
Kept
That's
my
a big
attention
bug.
when I watched this when I was a kid was just that Sting is in the movie and I know Picard.
Sting and Patrick Stewart are indeed in the film.
Yep, that was it. That's what got me.
So I love that Jason Momoa has job security forever now because of the Dune films, and that's a joke that only makes sense if you've read to like the third Dune book. They got a Duncan,
There'll be
Idaho
3 people
machine is all
laughing.
I'm saying.
You get the whole squad laughing.
I just love that with all these other names, like in, very science fiction sounding things, one of the main side characters is named Duncan Idaho. That's just his name.
It's American representation.
Well, yeah, there's the America's a thing in Dune, or it used to be. It takes place very much in our world, just like
Oh,
20,000 years from now.
I'm so excited.
The
Incredible.
Lynch Dune is great because of how Baroque the design is of everything, because it is supposed to be an opulent, insane space empire fueled by drugs. Like very literally fueled by drugs.
I have directors whose entire, or at least main,
Main output.
filmography I've been trying to watch.
It's
I'm still
Lynch,
working on
Cronenberg,
Still working on Carpenter.
Verhoeven.
Finished Tarantino last year. Yeah, Verhoeven. And one that I have wanted to watch and have not because I've been saving it for a rainy day is Showgirls.
I was about to ask.
never
Showgirls
seen
is
Showgirls.
schlock.
And I was wondering
I
if
feel
perhaps
strongly
we
you
could-
will love it.
Really?
It is.
He's carefully choosing his words.
I feel very bad for what's her name? Who was the lead in it? I'm blanking on her name. Elizabeth Barkley.
Okay.
Because people gave her a really hard time over her performance for being very over the top and shrill and, all these nasty things, which is the point of the character, and she is perfect at it. I don't know why people hated the movie so much. I think genuinely
know-
people were not ready.
I know exactly why in the modern day, in the mid-2010s, people hated the movie.
Do they still?
Well, there was a revival of people saying Showgirls sucks, and do you know who did it? It's a little man in a cap and glasses with a tie on, sitting in a chair.
No.
That's right. A bat credit card. It was the nostalgia critic who did a review of Showgirls that was very popular and got a lot of traction.
Beefing with internet personalities.
Would you
we're
believe that I've never watched a full video of his in my life?
Neither have I. I've only seen clips.
I can't. That's crazy. That's crazy. Neither of you? I grew
Zero-
up watching Nostalgia Critic.
Zero overlap. and there's plenty of, movie related channels I watch regularly. I think I looked at him and said, I want to hear what he has to say about anything, and then just never watched him.
So me, poor Doug, man.
Jesus. Why are you going to suggest his movie for Schlockcast?
Oh
I'm
God,
not
I
gonna
don't know
watch
if
the movie.
I don't know if
gonna watch it.
I could. I've watched the Nostalgia Critic movie so many times. I like.
Should you be admitting
could-
that the CIA couldn't get that out of me?
I have seen Kick-Assia easily 30 times. I think there's no
That's
movie I've seen more than
crazy.
Kick-Assia, actually.
I think that says a lot about
It's
Society.
about Arthur specifically.
Well, there's a question. What is the movie you think you've seen more than any other?
Oh. Either... Oh, God, never mind. This says a lot about me, too. Either Funny Games or Battle Royale, probably.
God.
Makes my mind feel very milquetoast. It's the Goonies.
You ever just like being happy?
This normal person sitting in the middle of us. This normal person. Yeah, I loved the Goonies when I was a kid, and I'm over here on this side. Yeah, I watched literally like nails being pushed under my fingers, my fingers for like
That's
like
hygiene.
30
That's
times.
not
Look.
funny.
And then,
Battle Royale is
then-
very good.
and then Taka's over here like, yeah, I just like when everything is fucked and
A
evil.
lot
I
of
like
the
when
movies that I've seen a lot are movies that friends say, I mean, it was good. I'd never watch it again, though.
I see. This is the
You have to push further beyond.
the sicko to sicko connection of every single time you have ever shown me a movie, I have been enraptured.
Hey, Arthur.
You know
I know we don't
exactly
know
what
each
I
other
want to
too
see.
well. You want to watch Funny Games? I think you should watch this movie called Climax. I think you'd really like it. You know who Gaspar Noé is? I just think you'd think it's neat. Haha. In fact,
Yeah.
ironically, I was thinking one of the first interactions we ever had, I think we were in the same VTubing space, so we kind of knew, we knew of each other, but we
Yeah.
hadn't actually talked. And then I decided to chat in your stream, and one of the first things I heard you say was, yeah, I really like Sam Raimi movies. And I wrote, yeah, you fucking would. That's so clear. You were like, Taka! What the fuck does that mean? I said,
So
"It just makes
aggressive."
sense. And look at us now. Look.
Listen, my entire career in streaming has been just being bullied by women. Like that's like
A lot of
constantly.
people would love to be in. A lot of people would pay to be in your position. You shouldn't say that. You're gonna
No
get
one
people
knows.
to hate you.
No one knows how hard it is to be me.
But it's true. I feel like there's certain directors who, if I said I liked, you guys would just be like, that makes sense.
Yeah, that tracks.
That checks out. I like a good Lanthimos. I like a good Shion Sono movie. Why not? You'd probably say,
Why
"Yeah,
not?"
yeah." Hope she's doing okay. I haven't checked in on Takako in a while. Should probably
should
still
see
make
how
sure
she's
she's
doing.
answering. Remind me, I am putting the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie on our list.
Hell,
I've
okay.
never seen it.
Can I-
watched so much? I watched so much Power Rangers growing up, but they never had
You
Mighty Morphin
are
Power, so
gonna
I never got
lose
to
your
rent it.
Fucking mind.
Can
I never
I
got to
tell
rent
you
it, and they never had it on TV.
how
That might be the movie I've seen the
seeing
most, actually.
that in the theater as a kid,
Mm.
I don't think I've ever touched those heights again.
I know that a lot of people say oh, I had this one VHS that I would leave on and I would watch over and over, and I didn't really have a whole lot of those because I liked so many things, but that one, I watched the Power Rangers movie VHS over and over again.
Now,
I still have all my toys.
Imagine seeing that in the movie theater.
Oh my god, it would have.
I think my
don't
mom
think I'd be
fell
able to come
asleep.
back.
She was so bored. She
My
was
dad
so
used to always fall asleep during movies, especially Pokemon movies, and I'd
Right.
keep shaking him awake. I feel so bad for him.
That's
But
really funny.
Mom, da Dragonite, Dragonite, da.
It's like,
me shaking my
Ash
dad
turned
during the
to
Digimon
stone.
movie. Me crying while Ash is turned to stone. My dad is snoring in the theater.
You're clutching your promotional Mewtwo in your hands, crying.
You've got the Electabuzz or whatever the card they handed out was.
Yeah, well, the first movie, it was 4 cards. It was a Pikachu, an Electabuzz,
Right. I
a
got the
Mewtwo, and a
Electabuzz.
Dragonite.
There was a what event did they made like a Mew that doesn't look like a normal card?
The Ancient Mew was Pokemon 2000.
Was it? No.
Yes, that was a
Wasn't
movie
that
card
Entei?
for Pokemon 2000.
Oh no, that was the third one.
No. And then
Okay.
and then the VHS release of Pokemon, the first Pokemon movie, had that alternate Mew
Oh
Mew in it.
yeah. Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
Is-
if there's one thing that was ingrained into my mind as a child, it was exactly what came with every Pokemon product from 1998 to 2001.
Is Quigley Schlock?
Yes. That's family schlock.
There's genres of Schlock.
Right. You know, there's...
Schlock.
Well, that's like the Beethoven movies. You know, any
Oh, yeah.
movie with like a big
Air Bud.
dog. Yeah. The million Airbud films.
One of the Beethoven movies I was gonna put in my traumatized me list, and then I thought you would laugh at me too much. But
Well,
I
now you
remember-
have to say it.
I went to summer camp once, and they had Beethoven on because it was family friendly. But there's a scene where all the teens are drinking, and I think there's a POV shot. The dog is like, he's like leashed to something, so he can't really like move around too much. Don't they like pour beer in his eyes or something? And there's a POV
What?
shot where like teens are pouring
What?
alcohol onto the camera and it's all blurry. I like very distinctly remember
I
this.
don't think I ever saw past the second
think-
one.
There's like
Yeah,
a
they-
yacht. There's a boat. The teens are partying on a boat, and I'm pretty sure they're bullying a dog, and it upset me so bad as a kid. But I'm pretty sure now if I watched it, I wouldn't be able to find it, because I think I looked once. Kids don't just come up with that kind of stuff. I have no idea. I think Beethoven gaslit me. I think I watched an
Gaslit
evil
by-
copy of Beethoven. I don't know what to...
Your creepypasta personalized copy of Beethoven.
And then the dog looked at the camera and he started bleeding from his eyes, and he said, "Hail
Hyper-realistic
Satan,"
blood.
backwards. Yeah.
I'm trying to find the scene and I'm finding nothing.
Maybe it was a different dog movie, but I remember the boat.
could have
so
been.
It has to be Beethoven.
Bloom, how excited are you to be on a podcast with 2 MK Ultra victims?
It's pretty good.
Arthur, I feel like you're treating Bloom as if he's not just as bad off as we are. I think Bloom just functions well. I think Bloom is able to consume the same terrible things we are, but can smile and move forward.
I'm a
And I think
shockingly
that-
normal person.
This is the difference between you and I.
I mean,
He's the one where like the conditioning worked out, and he's like he's the perfect sleeper agent.
I'm fine.
Like, we're the ones that are like, kinda obviously something's wrong. We smell a little weird. We're like shuffling around to the bus
Speak for yourself. I
station.
smell awesome. I'm
Wait,
going to
what-
next
what
time
am
we
I-
hang out. I'm going to
I'm
play
actually- yeah, not
Russian
bad right
number
now.
station, and I'm going to see what happens to Bloom.
oh, nothing. It'll be fine.
Hmm.
So, fun thing. My brother
He's gonna be
is
digging up
a-
Jimmy Carter's corpse.
My brother's a
Where'd you
ham
find
radio.
that? Yeah.
Don't worry about it. He's a ham radio
Oh.
operator. So, and he started doing that, I think, when I was a teen. So I have somewhere still like the cassette tape of his like Morse code practice.
Oh.
And that was really cool. We built an antenna in the backyard, got signals from like as far away as Lithuania.
That's
really cool.
awesome.
Yeah, but
What the hell?
point is, like, weird repeating numbers on the radio. I'm just like,
That
ooh,
doesn't
that's
scare
neat.
you.
Yeah, I mean, I have a nice shortwave radio, and something I like to do. This is going to make me sound like an insane person, but something I like to do sometimes, usually at night, because that's when you get the best reception, because you're actually bouncing radio signals like off the lower atmosphere, and you can get signals from super far away with shortwave. So, it's a battery-powered shortwave radio. I'll go outside, I'll sit on the back patio, and I'll try to see, like, how far away a station I can tune in.
Ooh.
Like, I've gotten China before, which is pretty cool.
Holy hell.
Ooh.
That's really
But-
cool.
Point is, you hear a lot of just weird, random noise when you're doing that. And it's like, oh, that's fine.
So
This doesn't
you-
bother me, actually.
You both are really into retro technology. Me, not so much, or not as much. Do you have feelings in particular when horror movies use old tech to be scary? When like the Tiny Tim scene in Insidious where it plays on a scary radio. Or I just watched or I just got you to watch Malignant because you were talking
Right.
about Italian horror, and Gabriel keeps talking through the spooky radios because they're old.
Yeah.
Do you
Well, I
have,
thought it was
like-
more just like an electrical...
That's fair.
Thing he
but,
could do.
I mean, you know, the director
I
did it because
roll- right.
radio scary.
I
Yeah.
roll my eyes at specifically like over-exaggerated VHS artifacting that you'll see in movies that seem to be made by people too young to remember what that actually looked like.
You can just say
Yeah,
the
it
VHS
never
series,
has
it's
the
okay.
right level. It's always just like this alternating pattern. It's never
Right.
like this because it has like it changes and it'll be solid for like long periods of time where like the tape is damaged a specific way. Yeah, like it's
Right. None of them quite
They don't
mirror like a
understand.
tracking error
yeah.
or, a multiple generations copied tape. So that's, it's like the whole analog horror thing. I kind of roll my eyes a little bit. It doesn't do much for me.
It's a shame because I think it is a really accessible format for horror. But
Right.
I am spoiled because I watched Marble Hornets as it released in high school, and I've already seen all the local 58 videos, so everything else is just like
It's not going to be there.
guess. Yeah.
I will say, sort of on a similar thing, the whole concept of like the Blair Witch Project,
I love the
being
Blair Witch Project.
found footage. That came out, I think I was 12. And it was like a
Did that
lightning
really fuck
bolt.
people up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I probably saw it like rented tape that probably my older brother got to watch with his friends and I watched with them kind of thing. So I was probably 13 or so. And I thought, oh, I'm 13. I'm not going to get scared by this. They're just in the woods. That's stupid. And then it's like, oh my God, that was so scary.
I have a type of character that I like seeing in horror movies, and I think only I like seeing them. I tend to like bitchy anime girls, right? But as a kid, I was like a teacher's pet. I was a Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls, and I always
Yep.
think of Blair Witch, and I think of As Above, So Below, where the main character is this control freak, former gifted student girl who is trying her best to manage everything, and it's just not working. And I love to see her. She rarely shows up, but when she does, I look at her and I feel that connection. As Above, So Below is great. Have you seen it? The one where they go into the Paris catacombs?
I've not.
I really like it. I don't know that it's schlock. There's certain tropes that I think I should not think are cool anymore, but I do, unfortunately. Like Alice in Wonderland stuff is still cool to me.
I mean, why
Fairy
would
tales,
it
but
not
fucked
be?
up, right? And I think Dante's Inferno stuff is really, really cool, even though it's done to death. And As Above, So Below is very very circles of hell kind of stuff. Very unexpected, and I like it a lot. Very good found footage.
I should look into that.
You should. It's good.
Yeah. But all right, I think that we've done a pretty good job.
I think so.
We've done done a pretty solid. We're the fucking yappers. The
you
yappers.
Two very strong yappers for this. So good.
Right.
Good on you.
Do we want to declare the films we are giving each other as homework for next time?
Yeah. Okay. Have we decided, are we doing one film a day, or
I
are we doing
think
a podcast
we should
episode?
do one per episode, but if we're just yapping about movies, I don't mind recording more than once a week. Like whatever works.
Yeah.
But we should do one per. I think Bloom is right.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree. So what do we want to do for next week?
You have to watch Ticks.
Okay.
Okay.
We're doing Ticks.
Done.
All right. That's
I
episode.
think it's
episode
even
one
up on YouTube. So
I know it's on Tubi because that's where I
of course
watched
it's on
it.
Poob.
Tubi.
That's
You
where
can
I
find it
watched
on Zoopzorp.
Yeah.
It's on.
It's on Poob.
Bufo. It's on Bofa.
It's on Dink Doink.
Not walking into that one.
Damn it.
What are your
I'm
your
gonna say
assignments?
Conquest, the
Oh yeah.
1983 Lucio Fulci caveman fantasy.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually hit you guys with a real strong one.
Oh.
I'm gonna hit us with. Oh, I don't know if this is Schlock though. I want to hit us with Maniac, the remake of Maniac.
So for that specifically, I would love for us to watch the original
Double
and
feature.
also the remake and talk about
Yeah.
both. I think that would be
Yeah, I think if we
I'm
include
okay
the original, then
doing that.
yes, I think it
Right.
does
So maybe
fit.
2 weeks
yeah,
from
'cause
now,
the first
then.
is Schlock. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that
to
one will
prepare for
be.
that would make
That'll be a
sense.
future. That'll be a future episode.
Do
Yeah.
you have a single? But I am down for that.
I'm very down for that.
For a single. Oh. 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 Oh.
All right, grape lady.
We already.
I'm
We
so
already
glad you
have-
recognized.
well, We already have a Fulci. We already have a Fulci episode, a movie in the tank.
Yeah, but
You
that's
could-
not like the Conquest.
throw
I mean,
more
I haven't seen
Italian
it, but that's like you said.
splatter
That's
in
more
there.
swords and sandals. That's not like
Right.
zombies exploding. So
There are
think if you wanna
zombies. It's
double dip,
Fulci.
it's
Some
fine.
zombies show up, but
he just
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
help
all-
himself.
There's gonna
He
be
couldn't.
zombies. Somebody's eye's gonna get pierced by something. Like
Lots
it's a
of eye
Fulci
zooms.
movie. Yeah,
Ugh,
as is
ugh.
always. And I didn't actually.
This
I'm gonna have to-
man organized a
invites us to a
podcast
podcast.
where we talk about movies, and then when we say what movie should we watch, you repose. You say,
It's like,
I
movies?
didn't know.
I've
I
never
didn't
heard
really,
of
I
one.
just calling to talk. I really didn't think about it.
Listen.
Yeah. I'm listening.
Listen.
Give me a title.
Hold on. Let me check my list. You know the problem is I have so much on my shelf right now. I have so many DVDs on the shelf that I really want to watch. That you know what? I got us something.
Oh?
Okay. I got us something. I got us a good one.
Okay.
Final Destination 2.
Oh, hell yeah!
2.
That-
Thank God. Thank
that
God you picked
movie-
the
Yeah.
second worst one.
Altered my behavior around logging trucks forever.
I'm excited. Good. So when I know we're closing up here, but when I went on that beach trip and Arthur drove out for a day, he said that he had seen the new Final Destination, and I said, I still love the first one. I think it's so fucking good. And you were like, the first one sucks.
What? No, the
Yeah.
first one's
You
like the best
ripped
one.
it up, and I was so mad. Did I say I shouldn't have invited you? I don't
I
remember.
think you did say that. Yes, to my face on the
first
beach.
one's
Yes,
the
I
best
you
meant
did.
it. It is the best one, and I tried to explain to him that it has this charm that the other ones don't, because the protagonist is like, he's not just like, oh, what do I do?
Right,
He's
we
like,
Let me
actually
read
rattling.
you.
want
Let
them
me
Becomes
to
read you
a
my
live.
conspiracy
review.
theorist. Death's
Let me-
design. We have to beat it.
Let me read you my review on Letterboxd, because I'm sure you read this and probably were seething.
I did.
Okay, 2 stars. 2 stars. Final Destination 1.
Stars.
I will be honest, no matter how much I love the Final Destination series, I have to admit that this is the first installment is a stinky turd of a film marred by late
can't
90s post-Screamitis.
You can't say you love the series and then not like the first one. I think you are actually crazy.
Listen, it is post-Screamitis. I'm sorry, okay?
Remove the fact that you have a crush on Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Pretend she's not in 3 and try saying it again.
No, I will continue to say. I'll keep saying it a million times over. Listen, you know exactly what I mean when I say that too. From the garbage sound design to the comically bad unnecessary special effects and the editing style to the unbearable subplot elements that make absolutely no sense. The fucking the editing.
Good.
Huh?
No, the editing looks like dog shit. It's like boom, 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 zoom, zoom, lights flashing. Like it's
it
that
was
late
2000.
90s.
Every movie is like that.
Exactly, and it's bad.
I will admit. Okay, but it's not as bad as in something like, I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Shut the fuck up. Stop insulting.
That's where it's at its worst.
That one I am only defending because I have a crush on Sarah Michelle Gellar.
That's very fair.
Admit my human flaws. I can admit that if a movie has an actor I think is cute, I will say it was a good movie when it wasn't. I'll let you have this, but I won't be happy about it.
That's fair.
I cannot believe you.
Back to the proper subject of our ire.
Really?
Keep
you
going.
Can't believe me? Really? Sarah Michelle Gellar dressed as a pageant queen? You can't...
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to him. But, anyway.
Okay, the unbearable subplot elements that make almost no sense other than to copy paste tropes from other young adult horror sloppa that was being produced in the same era. You know it's true, okay? It's the same bullshit in that first movie.
I legitimately don't know what you're talking about when you say those things. The only thing that makes any sense to me is you comparing it to Scream because it was so impactful.
No, everything was copying Scream at the time. Everything was
not
like
a copy of. Are you going to
Right.
say any movie that is a slasher that features teens is a copy of Scream? Because that's not true.
No,
Final Destination is nothing.
They're not
like
even
Scream.
being self-aware about horror tropes.
No,
we as the audience,
it's a sincere movie.
right? We as the audience are expecting them to die in certain ways, and then a lot of the fun is that we're wrong, and they instead die in really weird ways.
Yeah, and that's the good parts. Those are the good parts. Wait, here, I keep going.
That's the whole movie.
Die.
The whole movie's the good part.
The subplot following the FBI and Death trying to frame the MC for murder was
They're literally
nonsense.
not trying to frame him. Every time they go investigate a death, my man is loitering right there.
Yeah, because it's
not
Very
Death.
natural
Death is the
suspicion.
one trying to frame him.
It would
Like,
make
it's
total
ridiculous.
sense to bring him in. What the hell? Yeah, I'm so glad you're not in the FBI, Arthur. Because I swear, if you went to investigate a suspicious murder and the same man was standing at all 3 crime scenes, you would say, come on, don't bully the guy.
It's got to be a coincidence.
Leave him alone. Leave my mans alone.
The concept of Death is trying to fuck with him so he doesn't stop his murder plan. It's ridiculous.
Wait, what?
It's
Wait,
ridiculous.
Death is trying
That's
to
what
fuck
he's
with
doing.
him to stop his murder. What are you
because
saying, brother?
Because Death is trying to get him out of the way so he can do all the murders, and he doesn't try to
What?
stop him. That's what. Yeah, that's what Death is
Wait,
doing.
Who?
Death. The concept of Death is trying to stop him. He's stopping the main character. The main character is trying to figure out Death's design and find a way to stop him, and Death is intentionally putting him at the scene of all the. He's setting all this shit up.
See, I don't think that's true. First of all, I think what's so cool about Final Destination is that you're not fighting a person, you're fighting a concept. You're fighting the way things are supposed to be. And I think it's a very important actually that Death doesn't give a shit about him, that he is just meant to die.
How do you explain that he consistently and constantly puts himself in the exact... Death is very good at setting things up in advance.
If everyone is dying around him and he gets a little note that falls into his hand that has his friend's name, it makes complete sense for him to run. Okay, well,
No, Death is the one who put that note in his hand. It was his plan for him to be there.
Listen,
Death wanted him to put his fingerprints on the knife.
okay,
That's ridiculous.
I guess I didn't think that hard about it. I thought Death was.
But
just
why is that
trying to
ridiculous?
scare him. I don't.
Death is
think that's that
intentionally trying to
ridiculous at
frame a
all.
dude for murder so
Yeah.
that he can get him out of the way.
I don't think Death wants to frame him. I think Death wants to kill him.
Right. And
Yes.
he's just
No,
not
Death-
dying.
Death's plan to kill him was probably to kill him
What,
in
by
prison.
getting
He'd probably
him
get
arrested?
Yes, he'd be out of the way of everyone else because he was the only one smart enough to figure it out, and then he would get killed in prison. He'd probably hang himself or something from
So
a.
you and I are
he'd do
talking-
the same thing that Epstein did and double backflip off the top bunk and break his neck.
Backflip off the top. Listen, do you think? Let's think about how Death has killed people in this movie. Okay, a man slips on spilled shampoo and gets hung by a shower cord.
Yes.
A man gets his head cut off because he was standing too close to some train tracks and shrapnel flew off at him when the train went by. Do you think that Death's elaborate design would make him get arrested and bomb the interview and end up in jail so he would die? I think Death would just kill him. I think it would just make a truck
No,
fly
but because he has to do it in a very specific order. That was the whole thing, right? Is that he has to do it in the specific order. He can't just kill the guy. And if the guy is running around before it's his turn, he can interfere. He can get in the way. He can fuck with things. That was the whole thing. That's why he has to stop him. That's why he has to get him out of the way. It's why the plan was set in motion at the beginning.
So Death didn't try to put him in prison to get him to die. It just wanted him to not interfere. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yeah, and then he was probably going to kill him in jail. Like the plan probably had arrangements for him to die in jail.
I mean,
on top.
why is that any more ridiculous than the concept of Death, correcting the timeline by killing all the people who cheated him in the first place?
I guess I don't understand what part you have a problem
Right.
with.
I don't understand what you're mad about.
Well, the problem, it's silly. It's
Oh,
it's
you
just-
mean
it's
the
too
movie
silly
where
for me.
people escaped death and now Death is chasing them down to kill them is silly?
It's listen. It's too silly.
So you prefer a more grounded approach. You think that
Like Final
a
Destination
serious
2.
movie like Final
Yes, all I-
Destination 3
all
really
I want
handles
is
the subject
all I
matter.
want is a piano to smash down and eviscerate a child. That's all I want. Okay, I just want.
You're an
think
easy
a
man to
single
please.
child dies in a Final You and I both joke that we love when horror not Bloom, me and Arthur both
Oh,
joke
when they
that
just
we
waste
love
a kid.
when a movie is ballsy enough to waste a kid. We think it's funny.
Yes,
It is funny.
it is my favorite thing.
I must say, I don't think a child dies in any Final Destination movie. I don't even think one is seen in a car during the car crash in 2.
I thought there was.
Don't sound so
Man.
disappointed.
No, I thought there was a kid in the back seat.
Is there?
Well, it's a good thing we're going to be watching the movie.
Oh.
It's a good thing we're watching Final Destination 2 coming up in a few episodes. That's right, baby.
Good pick.
I could
I'm
swear there was a
excited.
kid in the back seat of the car, but I could be
Bloom
wrong.
says, no. I'm sure a child died.
Look,
Let me
there's a
double-check
lot
this.
of cars in there. There's got to be at least one
That's
kid in the car
Statistically,
seat.
at least one kid
That-
must have
that's-
gotten wasted.
That is the episode title, by the way. Hold on, let me write it down so you don't forget it.
This sucks, man.
Wait, hold on, I fucking hit enter.
Arthur just wrote open
No,
quote
no.
no, comma, I, and then hit enter. No,
No,
I'm
I'm
sure a child died.
That's
awful.
episode 0.
I hate it here. I just, I've had a great time. I just want to announce my graduation from Schlockcast. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, we didn't even get to the era where we became the one of the top Patreon podcasts, and then you hurt your foot and you couldn't you just listen you're gonna be it's gonna be okay. I'm just tired of podcasting. I just want to take a break, okay? And
I just wanted to do something that creatively challenged me.
I don't want to do podcasts anymore. And then you become a guest on every podcast in existence, and you start your own podcast where you get a twisted you get a Twisted Tea sponsorship, and you start doing crowd work.
No. It's only scummy if you get the laxative detox tea sponsorships. You got to get it right.
Oh, what, the Chinese shit yourself tea?
Yes, but since it's sold on Instagram by influencers in LA, they don't call it that.
Okay.
They call it detox tea.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is, but
it sure is.
It sure does.
But if we're wrapping up, then what do people say at the end of podcasts? Thanks for listening, I guess.
Well, I think they usually go through their stuff and what they're doing next. So, so I stream. I mean, we all stream on Twitch, but yeah, like I stream on Twitch. My streams are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm 9 a.m. ish to 3 ish, sometimes way later, depending on how the day goes on EST. I do a lot. I got a YouTube channel that's been doing pretty good recently of shorts, and so that's what I do. You know, follow me on Twitter at @ArthurRabbit_. And that's what I got going on. What do you guys got going on?
Yeah, likewise. Obviously, we all stream on Twitch. You can usually find me Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, most of the time starting around 6 p.m. Eastern, usually going for about 6 hours. Sometimes Fridays I like to be a little silly and play a whole RPG in a single sitting, which, you know, is usually about 22 hours-ish, give or take a couple hours. I call myself a professional bad games apologist. That will come through in my movie taste.
Yeah.
Just to, if that wasn't clear
what
already.
We actually do, considering it doesn't. Yeah. You are a retro game enthusiast and with a specialty in classic FPS. Especially,
just Doom,
specifically Doom, mostly. Yeah,
I have literally just Doom. I've been playing Doom for 30 years and will never stop. So
yeah, where I'm a news guy. I do a lot of news and reacts. I talk about basically everything you could possibly imagine, every different niche from
professional yapper.
Yeah, professional yapper. Like, I talk about just fucking. If there's a news story, I'm probably talking about it. And I also do a lot of retro games. And I've been playing through basically the entire Pokemon series recently. I'm up to Ultra Moon right now. And it's pretty good so far. Though it is it's cutscene simulator. Unfortunately, like a lot of the modern Pokemon games, but for the times that they let me out of the cutscenes, it's fun.
Brother.
Taga, what you got going on?
That's a good question. Schedule's been kind of up in the air lately. I usually stream on days that are not Thursday and Sunday. I am a variety streamer, so I'll just play whatever seems interesting. I am currently going through Dark Souls 3, Devil May Cry 3, which I'm having a blast with. So I would like to finish that and keep going through the Devil May Cry series. But we have some fun games I'm looking forward to. So it's a bit vague, but I do post on Twitter, Blue Sky, and my community Discord when I am going live. And I'm going back to scheduled streaming pretty soon, so I'll have a better answer for next.
next week you'll be able to shout out a little. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, excellent time. I have had a wonderful time with you, my friends.
Yeah, thank you for organizing this.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see you next week, chat.
Bye.
Bye. Outro song.
We have a song?
All right. I mean, we'll probably have some songs. I don't know, but